You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio, WZYE 95.9 FM. You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio, WZYE 95.9 FM.
We need to get serious, TNT, and stop this set of talk. Action speaks louder than words. Tina Day! How are we stop now? How are we stop now? All these set of motors, all these set of talkers. All who does say that they love up this country, but they love action, boy, we don't see stop now. How are we stop now? We like to beat we chest, boast and brag. That's how we love Tobago and Trinidad, but we don't walk the walk, much less to talk the talk. I realize we are a nation of talkers. We're not a nation of doers. It's hard to admit. All we give this country is lip service. You see, we talk, or we want the crime to stop. Yet as a people together, we won't rise up. It's only talk. It's only talk. It's only talk. You see, we talk how too much our guns and tongue, but what reports the youth man we know have won. It's only talk. It's only talk. It's only talk. When would we realize that the talk can mean nothing until we get up and do something? We doing the country an injustice with all this set of lip service. You see, it's only talk. It's only talk. It's only talk. And we don't walk the walk, cause boy, it's only talk. How are we stop now? How are we stop now? All the pretenders, all the impersonators, as they open their mouth is TNT, but not a hand outstretched to help she stop now. How are you stop now? You say the red, white, and black, it's in your heart, but as things get rough, yeah, them start, not me and this place again. Then they're ready to board a plane. Where is the love you said you have in your heart? How so quickly you ready to part? Boy, it's only lip. All they give in this country is lip service. You see, we talk how we have respect for women, but it's bitch and hole you're calling them. It's only talk. It's one set of talk. You see, we talk how you call yourself a man, but as they get vexed, ready to raise your hand. It's only talk. Oh yeah. It's only talk. When would we realize that the talk can mean nothing until we get up and do something? We doing the country an injustice with all this set of lip service. It's only talk. It's only talk. We only talking. And we don't walk the walk, because it's only talk. How are we stop now? How are we stop now? All the jokers, all the mischief makers, all who don't country, but praying for hard times to keep strangling we. Stop now. How about we stop now? All who does walk about this country wearing a smile, but in their heart is bad mind all the while. Boy, them on a mission, only to spread bad vibration. And every time you see them boys, they talking, but nothing for this land they doing. I love you, they insist, but it's only love with lip service. You see we talk how we love this nation, but no support from the opposition. It's only talk. It's only talk. You see we talk how we here to serve people, but party politics making people struggle. It's only talk. It's one set of talk. When would we realize that the talk can mean nothing until we get up and do something? We doing the country an injustice with all this set of lip service. Oh boy, it's only talk, 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 talk. We love to talk, we talk, we talk. And we don't walk the walk because it's only talk. How are we stop now? How are we stop now? All these set are talking without doing nothing. So if you claim that you love this country, then love through action. That we don't see that now. How are you start now? Come let return this love into action. Make a meaningful contribution and start to walk the walk. And not just talk the talk. Let we stand for Trinidad and Tobago and shape a brighter tomorrow. Let's all make the shift from only giving this country lip service. So no more talk to bring we sportsmen down. Let us lift them up and carry them on. No more talk. No more talk. No more talk. Show that you love this land. Support Kaiso, Steve and Shotney Parang. No more talk. No more talk. It's time we realize that the talk can mean nothing. Come, let us get up and do something. Let give the country some justice and stop this set of lip service. No more talk. No more talk. No more talk. It's time we walk the walk and stop the set of talk. Yeah, for real, T&T. This set of talking not making sense. We have to walk the walk. Action speaks louder than lips. We run there and say so. Ciao.
Hey, hey, oi, oi. Hey, hey, oi, oi. In Trinidad and Tobago, politics was we and them. That was never meant to be so, according to the anthem. But ethnic insecurity was maintained to divide us by some people in the country to sow the seeds of distrust. But we have fought and used system within the community. Now what used to be we and them has now become only we. From now on this nation is we. From now on it is you and I. From now on it is unity. From now on we flying high. All the races have come together to build a better country and create a brighter future for the whole society. The we and them thing is no more, because it is plain to see in this country from shore to shore the community is we. No more we and them. From now on this nation is we. No more we and them. From now on this nation is we and we and we and we. India, and some came from Africa. Look today, their descendants are here, coexisting together. There are others who came here too, the Chinese, Syrians and such. Native people are just a few in this land that we love so much. But the politics of the day and the love for a party cause people to begin to say, them is them and we is we. From now on this country is we. From now on we all shall be one. From now on that's how it shall be. From now on all division done. As today united we stand, the people of Trinbago, one country, one nation, one island. Chutney Pan and Calypso, it's Trinidad and Tobago, better known as TNT. And we want the whole world to know we see ourselves as we. No more we and them, from now on this nation is we. No more we and them, from now on this nation is we and we and we and we. In this nation is no more, and Mother China done disappear, gone away for good I'm sure. If we want to build a real nation, there can be no we and them. In spite of ethnic persuasion, all should fit in the system. Side by side we stand hand in hand within the society, this here paradise island, because you and I means we. From now on love and tears we. From now on race do not matter. From now on we means unity. From now on we are together. They cannot divide me again, cause we enter a new era. United we shall all remain, looking out for each other. Eric tell me matter they done. Today it is plain to see a new paradigm has begun, and that paradigm is we. No more we and them, from now on this nation is we. No more we and them, from now on this nation is we and we and we and we. Some politicians have tried their best to keep we subdivided, as their policies would attest. And now we are united, using that old colonial scheme. They sought to divide and rule, because if we are not a team, we are more easy to fool. Look, they had us fighting each other, causing misery and pain. Now all these times are gone forever, before never again. From now on Trinidad is we. From now on one philosophy. From now on Tobago shall be. From now on standing equally. No more African, no more Indian. We shall all be citizens, forged together to build one nation. Though we are different persons, done away with the we and them. In this land of La Trinity, whenever we sing the anthem, from now on is only we. No more we and them, from now on this nation is we. No more we and them, from now on this nation is we and we and we and we. No more we and them, from now on this nation is we. No more we and them, from now on this nation is we and we and we. No more we and them, from now on this nation is we. No more we and them, from now on this nation is we and we and we and we.
Personal struggle. It's so sad when you feel alone in your trouble. It's real hard when you want to talk to a brother. It's so bad because of how some look at you after. So Jesus, come and be my fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover my head. Satan want me dead. Cover my back from human attack. So Jesus, cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. People see you smile, but don't know the hurt that you're feeling. Even as God's child, at times your heart does be bleeding. Where can you go when you're really looking for healing? Who know how to flow when your soul needs some restoring? Oh Jesus, cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover me home from evils unknown. Cover my feet so I'll never retreat. Oh Lord, cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover my brother, cover my sister, them who under pressure. Cover, 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 cover the preacher, every church worker, the young believer. Cover, 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 the worship leader and intercessor, every gospel minister. Cover, cover, cover. Jesus alone is the one who has the real answer. The one on the throne is the true and loving Father. He will hold your hand and keep you from going under. He will make you stand and let you know he's a fixer. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover me mind. You know the struggle sometimes. Cover me mouth, that the wrong thing wouldn't come out. Oh Lord, cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover the Christian in the midst of aggression with the power of your right hand. Jesus, cover, cover, cover them helpless children. Jesus, defend them. Send help from heaven. Jesus, cover, cover, cover all them radio stations that blessing the nation. Grant divine protection. Jesus, cover, 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 cover me, cover me, cover me.
Truer words were never spoken. The less you associate with some people, the more your life will improve. Anytime you tolerate mediocrity in others, it increases your mediocrity. An important attribute in successful people is their impatience with negative thinking and negative acting people. As you grow, your associates will change. Some of your friends will not want you to go on. They will want you to stay where they are. Friends that don't help you climb will want you to crawl. Your friends will stretch your vision or choke your dream. Those that don't increase you will eventually decrease you. Consider this. Never receive counsel from unproductive people. Never discuss your problems with someone incapable of contributing to the solution, because those who never succeed themselves are always first to tell you how. Not everyone has a right to speak into your life. You are certain to get the worst of the bargain when you exchange ideas with the wrong person. Don't follow anyone who's not going anywhere. With some people you spend an evening. With others, you invest it.
Be careful where you stop to inquire for directions along the road of life. Wise is the person who fortifies his life with the right friendships. If you run with wolves, you will learn how to howl. But if you associate with eagles, you will learn how to soar to great heights. A mirror reflects a man's face, but what he is really like is shown by the kind of friends he chooses. The simple but true fact of life is that you become like those with whom you closely associate, for the good and the bad. Note, be not mistaken. This is applicable to family as well as friends. Yes, do love, appreciate, and be thankful for your family, for they will always be your family, no matter what. Just know that they are human first, and though they are family to you, they may be a friend to someone else and will fit somewhere in the criteria above. In prosperity, our friends know us. In adversity, we know our friends. Never make someone a priority when you are only an option for them. If you are going to achieve excellence in big things, you develop the habit in little matters. Excellence is not an exception. It is a prevailing attitude.
Yes, 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 yes. Let me say a special hello to all the WZYE 95.9 FM listeners. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, it's no other than In the Village with the DAT Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, we come to you every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 7 to 10 p.m. That's Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 7 to 10 p.m. And as you know, ladies and gentlemen, In the Village with the DAT Triplets, we originate, we don't imitate. And it doesn't matter what planet you're from. If you're from Mazatonius, Saturninius, Venuranius, any planet you're from, ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome in the Village with the DAT Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. And in addition to that, it doesn't matter what t-shirt you have on, what t-shirt you wear, what island you're from. You could be a Bajan, you could be a Trinbagonian, you could be a Gonian, any kind of onion is. You're welcome in the Village with the DAT Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. Let me say a special welcome to no other than Diana, Waveney, Stormy, the Storm, the motivational poet, poetess, Greta, Stormy, the Storm, from Barbados, the Bajan, Waveney McDonald, boy.
Oh Lord, oh Lord. You ain't tired yet. Why you calling Barbados when all the Bacchanal and Trinidad? Eh? You ain't see how Bajans live comfortable and unity with each other? But all that sort of Bacchanal down in Trinidad. That's why I is a Bajan.
But any planet you're from, we welcome you in the village.
Yeah, so I hear you. And what color shirt I have on? I welcome in the village with this too, a multicolor one.
Yeah, no matter what color shirt you have on. Let me say a special welcome to no other than Thomas
Toby
E., the commissioner in Newark, Marshall Nisbet, boy.
Thomas, good evening, family. Good evening. How are you? How are you?
Tommy, if he was trying to fly under the radar, this Chumakakan would out you out, man.
It's okay. I'm good for that.
Tommy flying under the radar. What's wrong with you? You ain't see Tommy. Tommy, his full name is Tom E.
Anybody wants to know Anselm address? 1-800 Diana.
Tommy, you flying under the radar, brother?
I have nothing to be ashamed of or to hide for.
Tommy, don't fly. Only pigeons fly low,
Yeah, I was about to tell him that the eagle go poop on you.
Yeah. Remember, Ellen say only pigeon fly. Ellen say only pigeons just fly low, boy. Eagles just fly high.
How are you today, Waveney?
Oh, I am splendiferous and highly blessed. I had some fish broth today.
All right. Fish broth. Okay. What kind of fish? Cavalli, Caritan cavalli, or?
No, I had kingfish. Less bone.
Kingfish, okay. Boneless?
Yeah, that I cook less bone in the kingfish. That I cook.
What do you mean less bone? You cook a boneless kingfish?
The kingfish has less small bones to deal with.
No, but you take out the bones and make it boneless.
No, I leave the bone in there, but I don't like redfish because it's small. It has too many bones in it, to
I
contend
thought
with.
kingfish was kind of red.
So, Waveney, are you flying above or below the radar at this time?
I'm still below the radar.
Okay, no more question.
Waveney flying below the radar, but the trim is going on. Yeah, I'm not going to the chat here because of course. Hey Diana, you know something, Diana? I want to say this, and I want to make this, all right?
Oh Lord, what happened now?
And before we go into the chat, you know, should I go into the chat first? Let me go into the chat first because I want to come back before Diana Benz can have a bone I want to pick with you.
Me? How are you getting this here now?
I have a bone I want to pick with you, and might be a kingfish bone, eh?
Lord, Father, God help me. What boy?
Might be one of them small kingfish bone. I know how much pounds the kingfish weigh.
Oh Lord, Father, what do Anselm? What do?
How much pounds does the kingfish?
I have no idea. I know it cost me 200. I know, that's all.
All right, okay. Let me leave it there. So, of course, folks, it is normal now that Nadia was first in the village. She says, good night, everyone.
Good night.
Nadia was also second. She says, good night, Ansem. She gave me some blue emojis. I find the emojis getting kind of less and less lately, Nadia. I know what is going on. But I see Tommy getting more emojis than me these days. Tommy, I know, boy.
They love Tommy's voice.
Yeah, boy. Tommy, boy. Yeah, Tommy, you're real popular these days, boy. Tommy get some yellow ones too, you know.
You got that Rennie B sexy voice.
Yeah. Diana,
I gotta try and lower my voice to see if the fellas will like me.
Oh, all right. Diana Benskin, you get some red, white emojis.
Red and white?
Takesha, Joan, Lana. Hey, where's Joan? I ain't see Joan lately. You know what's she doing?
Drinking water and minding your business.
Like she walking, you know. Hey, only tell Joan I know it. Trying to figure out what's going on with Joan. Eh? Joan like he getting up early and walk because she went out the night with that fella. And since she went out the night,
oh my God, Anselm.
Anselm, you have permission to expose her?
Oh no, my word.
It was in the chat. She put it in the chat.
You're a regular PNMite boy.
She said she had a date.
Bacchanal and confusion.
No, there's no bacchanal. The woman said she had a date and she couldn't stay for the program. And since that program, I haven't seen her back. I'm just asking questions. I don't know, maybe. Nadia, have you seen Joan? I mean, have you heard from Joan?
Bacchanal and confusion.
Yeah, Nadia. One love in the village.
Go to the girl business now.
Okay. Miss Coover. Nadia says, good night, Miss Coover, Marcia, Judy. Yeah. Takesha was about 6. Good night to you, Takesha. Diana the Storm. You get any emojis too, Diana? I get any emojis too from Takesha. Thank you. Oh, Tommy boy. Tommy stock raise up, boy. Tommy boy. You could trade on the New York Stock Exchange now, but your stock gone up, boy. You're like Amazon, boy. You're like Amazon, Tommy boy. Amazon and Apple, boy. And Google. Your stock are real value, you know, Tommy boy.
Don't tell me.
Yeah, I real value, Tommy.
I'm using a haphazard mount here.
I
so
know.
the thing will fall occasionally.
Like Tommy bite Diana phone or something.
Why you picking on me? What I do you?
I don't know, like Tommy.
Let me call Mrs. LeBon for you.
Takesha says Nadia, Lana, Rose, Carice, Marissa, Miss Coover, Joan, Capiza, good night. Hey, but all you, I have somebody sent me. I ain't gonna call the person name, but there's a person who doesn't live in United States of America. They live in the country that starts with a C, and I think they live in Mississippi. And
Mississippi. Oh, goodness.
Oh no.
Somebody sent me a video with them. I ain't calling no names, but we had to play that video. The person finally get exposed, right? And the person say, they say, Wall Street, please don't call my name. But I mean, there was at the same place where the person was behaving, and they sent me a kind of a little video, undercover video. I go show all you don't go nowhere. All you had to see that. All you will be shocked.
Bacchanal and confusion.
No, that's not bacchanal and confusion.
That is what all your PNMites like.
All I gonna do is play the video. Me, doing nothing else. Yes, Takisha, only love in the village. No room for hate or negativity. Rennie Mohammed, the inside partner. And it's good evening, girls. Boy, love in the house. Oh God. Rennie's loving it. Rennie's the fella with the
You whip on the cat suit.
Whip on the cat suit. Okay. Okay. Hailey. Hey Hailey. I have a pep video to play for you. Right?
Oh,
but I also have a follow-up to the pep video. You mightn't like it.
Oh no.
I have a pre and a post pep. You know? So Hailey, you know what? Hailey, you know what we could do tonight? For you, we go try to see if we could call Philip Alexander. Just for you. We go try tonight. We go see if we go answer the phone or not. All right? Hailey says to Keisha, beat me to the punch. No scene, Watax. Hey, Hailey says, oh, Nadia first wave. Fellas always losing. What going on here? All you losing bad. You know, send fish stick abandon the show. No, Hailey came in first the other day. Hailey coming first. Yeah, like
they gotta do like crazy and run a marathon.
With the price thing. Nah, that was a walkathon. We'll run. That's a walkathon.
Oh no. Oh no. I'm gonna call Crazy and tell him what you say.
Crazy run a walkathon. Yeah. When he says good evening, Nadia, how are you, my friend? Yeah. Plenty. Nadia. Hey, you see, look, Nadia asking Joan. She said, Joan, good night. You walk today? We have rain, girl. But wait, I ain't see Joan in the chat. I ain't see she in the chat. Lana, good night.
Maybe she on another forum.
I ain't see Joan in the chat. Lana, lip service, Lana. That's where we get into it. We getting that plenty of that. Lana says she's going Pennywise and buy some lip gloss and lipstick for them politicians who does only talk, lip service. Welcome, Judy. Judy says, pleasant good evening. Yeah.
Ray Stealth is in the house. Akira!
Ray Stealth?
Where's Anderson?
I wonder if that fella said him. Run DMC said him.
Oh, Lord.
Hey, Albert Montano, boy, good evening. You're inside. He said, good evening, Ansem, Diana, and Tommy.
Good evening, Albert. How you doing, Albert?
Yeah, Albert. Judy said, yes, indeed. Many of them live to see today, so thanks, praise, full 100.
Yes,
the panorama in London, England just finished. That Notting Hill, right? Notting Hill?
Notting Hill Carnival,
yeah.
You're talking about Pan. This week was an interesting week for someone we had as a guest here before in the village. What's his name? Darren Shepherd. He received an award from, or some kind of recognition from the Queen of England for his community.
Yeah, bring him in.
Tommy, go ahead.
Yeah, we're gonna have to bring him in.
You know, Tommy, as you say that, right? I want to ask you a question.
Go ahead.
Why are we still being knighted by the Queen or the King and calling ourselves?
Talk
we still have that slave master thing?
Talk.
You know, as you brought that up, Tommy, why are we still following that tradition with Sir and
you know what it would say? That is part of your reparation package.
But further to that, we are leaving voids that others are filling. We are not recognizing our own.
Right. Thank you. Yep.
Do we knight women Or we date them? Do we night women or date them?
You
Which one?
dame them.
No, day. Night or day,
Dame.
night. Do we date them?
Oh God, Father, Lord.
Damn.
So, Mrs. LeBon, can you give him a pill or something, please?
No,
Thank
but
you.
seriously, do we night women too?
Yeah, but I think there's dames or
Women,
duchesses.
women don't get,
Dame.
women don't get like it.
Well,
Women
let
what?
me. I'm a Google it.
Yeah, do we night women?
I've
We'll
never
find
heard that.
out. I've never found out. Wait.
I've
Yeah,
never heard a
because
woman being like it.
okay, yeah. As Tommy, as you said that, I just thought about that. Why are we still being knighted in the Caribbean and calling ourselves sir with this
When a
kind
woman
of
is knighted, she's referred to as a dame.
a
Yes,
dame,
I know that.
dame or
D-A-M-E.
dame,
Like, dame,
dame?
like we had Dame Nita Barrow in Barbados, and I think there's a Dame Sandra something in Barbados. I don't know if are there any dames in Trinidad?
That's a good question. I don't know. I don't know. Google it. Google it. See if there are any dames in Trinidad.
I'm
And when do
googling
you
it
when do
right
you
now.
become Diana?
Huh?
When do you become a damsel?
When I become a damsel,
That's a
when
good
I'm in
question.
distress.
A damsel. Tony, that's a good question. Albert
When I'm
Montano
in
says
distress.
the
Okay.
last steel band played his song, the soca song, "You're Causing Trouble," metronome, steel band. That was for Anselm. Oh, they're playing songs for me all the way in London, boy, Albert. Albert, I gotta come to Mississippi and look for you.
Mississippi.
Yeah, I gotta
You
go to
never
Mississippi
find
and
him. If you go to Mississippi, you'll never find him. As a matter of fact, I don't think your GPS is gonna find Mississippi in Canada.
look. It's not in Canada. I thought it was in Canada. No?
Okay,
What is this?
Oh, we have a. Huh?
Mississauga.
Oh, Mississauga. Okay. My mistake. My mistake. Lana, the panorama in London was very good. It's mostly Trinidadians living in England and a few other West Indian people. Now that's our next thing. Our next
Mostly
thing.
Trinidadian.
Yeah, mostly
No,
Trinidadians living in England. That's our next thing. Why do we call ourselves West Indians?
Okay,
that was
let me get
that
the
was a
answer to
mix.
your. Let me get the
That was
answer
a
to your
mix
question.
of
Yep. Christopher Columbus was drunk, and he thought he reached India. Well, according to the whatever geographical compass, they said it was west of India, so they named you West Indies. He was drunk, but anyway.
But Ghana not in the West Indies and they play with the West Indies.
Anyway, 7 Caribbean women you should know as of 2018. All right, we have Dame Perlette Louise St. Lucia. Then we have, I ain't see no more. I ain't see no more. Okay,
That is it?
that's what I saw, yeah.
Okay.
And I know there's a Dame Nita Barrow. There was a Dame Nita Barrow, but I don't know of any
Errol
dames in
Barrow,
Trinidad.
wife or something? That was Errol Barrow,
Your
wife?
wife? Or yeah, I think so. Okay, Barbados select Dame Sandra Prunella Mason. I'm about to tell Sandra Mason, but I'm not seeing nothing coming up. I asked for dames in Trinidad and Tobago. It gave me dams in Trinidad.
There are plenty dams in Trinidad. When will Trinidad and Tobago get a government for citizens and country and not party? I don't know. Albert said tomorrow it's on YouTube Carnival Sunday in London.
Yeah.
Yeah, we Trimbagonians making waves all about the place. Nadia says, good night, everyone. It's a pleasure to be in the village once again. And I like to thank God for life, thank God for day and the night.
Good night, Nadia. Stormy said woof woof too.
Good night, Nad.
Yeah, London time is 5 hours ahead of our time.
Mm.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Like
Lana,
midnight
it's
after
night.
1 o'clock.
Lana said Dr. Eck Williams turning up in his grave with Ketos running P&M party and being P&M. Oh God, Lana. Lana ain't easy, boy. Good evening, Miss Coover. Says, good night, everyone in the village. Wall Street, Diana, Chris Fishsticks, Lana, Carice, Takesha, Nadia, Tommy, Joan, Vonnie Roberts, and everyone else in the village. Wall Street, be safe.
Good
Oh,
evening, Miss Coover.
I see my partner. I see my partner, Troy Smith, coming too. Troy Smith. Good night, Troy Smith. Troy Smith is my real partner, you know. I ain't see Vonnie Roberts in a little bit, boy. Where you going?
He said he's in Sao Paulo. So
Oh, he's in
he
Sao
just
Paulo?
got in. It's a little late. So
Oh,
he may join later, or if not at all.
Okay. Troy Smith, Diana, Anselm, Tommy, blessed in the village. Yeah, Troy Smith. Troy Smith, how you going, partner? Oh, look at me. Oh, my bad. Vonnie, welcome. When Vonnie come in, you only send wishes to all the ladies. First mate. Tommy, Albert Montano said, Tommy, don't cause trouble like Anselm. They even make a soca song that was in trouble for Anselm.
Oh,
Albert. Albert. Oh God, look, oh God, look. Oh God, look. Nadia said no. Anselm, no, I haven't talked to Joan. Joan gone out today. She on a date. Oh God, look. Exposed by, oh God. Look. I glad for she. I glad. Yeah,
why
tell.
are you so surprised?
No, because I ain't see she in the chat. You know, and hey, you know, Akira, you have to stop and Anderson. You this Anderson Wilson. I want you to say hello. Don't have Akira saying hello for you. What is that one? Every time Akira's come in, Akira be yes. Anderson is sitting right next to me here, and Anderson is saying no. How we know Anderson there? I want Anderson to put something in the chat so I know Anderson sitting next to you. Anderson. All right.
Anderson can call in sometimes too.
Yeah, I don't know why he's saying no. Akira Anderson is right next to me.
Ooh.
You see, look. Nadia say, Anselm Joan have a date tonight. You see?
Oh my word.
So I just ask a question and you get answers. I tell all you, I like to ask questions to get answers. I asking questions.
No, you just want to mind people business. That's all what you want to do.
No. Me I don't mind nobody business.
Anderson say good night, partner. Good night to Diana too.
Akira gave me the phone. Hey, Anderson, good night, boy. Akira, yeah, we go let you join Akira, definitely. We gotta figure it out. But Akira, but if you join, Anderson not to join with you, or Anderson not to get your phone, or you are to get Anderson. Oh God.
Wall Street, my brother. So what the bone you want to pick with me? Hurry up before you get stuck in your throat.
No. Hey. Look,
especially if it's a small fish.
But wait now. Wait. Hey, Akira say Wall Street what happened? What's you can answer any phone hour? Let me go solo here. And I have a bone to pick with Diana. Because Diana is a big part of Indie Village with the DAT Triplets. And Diana does a lot of the bookings here at WZYE 95.9 in the village, right? And I'm not putting the blame on Diana or anything. So those guys don't feel I'm blaming Diana for anything. But I believe that if you are a politician and you book to come on a program and you can't make it, the common decency to do, the common decent thing to do, and the decent with some decency is to send a little message and tell the people you can't come on the program.
And he didn't do that? Well, I'm going to fix him for that.
We invited Watson Duke here to come on the program. I sent him the
I'm
thing.
going to fling some licks. You know, like it a fling thing at him.
Blue ticks on it. It had the blue ticks on it. And you didn't have the common decency. You see, that's why the politicians take people for granted, you know.
Oh,
you
Lord.
understand? You ain't get invited on our program. And you don't have the common decency to send a text and tell people, well, I can't make it. I ain't doing this. And this is not the first time he did that, you know.
No.
It's not the first time he did that. All right? And you want people to vote for you. And that's the kind of behavior
Solomon Duke.
you have to stop that type of behavior, Watson Duke. You have to
Yeah,
stop
boy.
it. That is nasty, disrespectful behavior. So you don't care about us here at WZYE 95.9 FM? You that disrespectful? You could even send a text and say you couldn't show up? Eh? And you want people to follow you and vote for you. All you watch them type of behaviors, eh? I'm telling all you, watch those behaviors. If a man does not command decency to send a text and tell people I can't make it, watch them fellas, eh? Watch them characters, eh? Watch it. Well, you see that motivation thing I display. Watch them characters. What's new? You deserve. You should apologize to us here at WZYE 95.9 FM.
Yes, indeed.
You should apologize because that's unacceptable. You ain't even have the 24 hours later. You ain't even have the common decency to send a text and say, well, listen, I had a campaign in Brooklyn. I had a campaign in Brooklyn or I had to do this. Nothing. And Watson Duke and want people to come out and vote for them. You have to apologize, Watson Duke. You have to apologize.
Ask him if he had done.
Go ahead, Tommy.
We had planned on going to see him on Sunday. We have to cancel that because
we ain't going nowhere. I ain't going nowhere. We ain't going nowhere. I ain't going. Right? Because them fellas that take people for granted, you know.
Of course.
They just take people for granted. Right?
Well, I'm gonna let him know.
Before the election, you used to come up here and fling all kind of questions. When we call him, boy, you flying, coming quick. Right? You coming quick. Right? Coming all the time. Now all of a sudden, right, something wrong, you can't come. You too big now to come. All of a sudden, you win the election, you're too big now, Watson Duke, to come. You're too big now, Watson Duke. And Watson Duke, let me tell you, Watson Duke, eh? People know me, eh? Don't let me get in a soapbox, you know.
Oh, Lord.
With you being disrespectful, you know. Don't let me get in a soapbox, Duke.
Aslam, does not remind you of some place? Isn't that a bit of deja vu going on there?
Correct. Them just want to take people for granted all the time. Eh? Like we in people too. We deserve respect too.
Definitely.
Right? We deserve respect.
More things change, more they remain the same.
More things change, more they remain the same. If you don't have the common decency just to send a text that takes you 1 second, I cannot make it because of. You can't do that.
I'll be right back.
You can't do that. Right? Boy, look. Them just want to fool people, you know. I fed up on them trying to fool people, you know.
However, you can fool some people sometime.
You can't fool them all the time. Yeah.
Fool me once, shame on you.
All right. I'll take my pill on this now. Back to normal now. No, Tommy, you know, and Tommy, I wasn't going to say anything, you know. But when I see Akira say something about Watson Duke on his phone, I say, but wait now, boy. You know? I see it seems like a behavior them fellas that them have. Them just don't care about certain people, you know. They don't care. They don't care about people, right? They only care about you, you know, for you to come and vote for them. Right? That's the only time they just care about you. Yeah, no man. Yeah, Nadia, I better drink water and mind my business to shoot it. No, but I can't drink water and mind my business when people, we had the NTA people, we invited them, and they couldn't make it. You know what they did? They contacted Diana and said, Diana, we cannot make it anymore. Can we schedule for another day? And this is not the first time Watson Duke cancel here at WZYE 95.9 FM. Right?
When he was in the same position, when he was in the same position as the NTA, I said when he was in the same position that the NTA currently is in, he was very cordial. Was he not?
Yeah, he was cordial. Wait, what do you mean?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Before he had won and had the power that he.
Correct, Tommy. Correct. Very cordial. He wouldn't miss a beat. Anytime we call him, he showed up. Anytime we asked him to come, he showed up.
Correct.
Right? All in a sudden, things change. The whole thing change up. I'll go and play that song by Duke. The whole thing change up.
Yeah, I just summoned Watson Duke to the village, so let's see if he's gonna come.
No, he ain't bound to come.
Well, I summoned him, so
you don't bound to come. No, because that's unacceptable, man. You have to stop taking people for granted. You can't want people to vote for you, and when they invite you and they send you the thing and you ain't showing up, and you not even sending a message to tell them why you ain't showing up. The NTA people didn't show up. Dana, didn't they send you a message?
No, I didn't get any message. No.
No, the NTA people. The NTA.
Yes, they did.
When they couldn't make it.
Yes, indeed. Yes, they did.
Didn't they tell you something?
Yes, they did.
All of them, when they can't make it, they give you a little note, give you a little heads up. Well,
even UNC.
Even the UNC people, we busy, we can't make it. We can't come. We can't make it. But all of a sudden, Watson Duke too big now. He given election.
Oh, Lord.
Before the election, he used to show up all the time. But he's too big now, he can't show up. He big now, big and bad. You running all about the place. He in Brooklyn now. Bad. I don't have to show up. I don't have to send them no message. Look, let them people at WZYE 95.9 drink water and mind their business, as Nadia say. Drink water, take bamboo, eat jelly, and mind we business.
I ain't taking no bamboo. I'll eat the water. I'll eat the water and drink the jelly.
Hey, but look, the snout in St. James with Akira, yes? And the Diana, and this is it, Diana, or she just like to mind people business.
What they doing out in St. Anne's, boy?
St. James.
I mean, in St. James, sorry.
Down
the avenue?
St. James.
Oh, I remember back in the day when you say out in St. James, you had a certain location,
Yeah.
But remember, Independence time is now, so a lot of activity is taking place all over.
So people have money to go to Independence things, so they must have money to buy children booklets.
Yeah, let me say a special welcome to Ken John. Welcome, man.
A lot of it is going to be free.
Well said, my brother. Yeah.
A lot of it is going to be free at this time.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
All right.
No. Vonnie, that's not true, eh? Vonnie, Ansel Dennis came on this program.
Yep.
The chairman of the Tonopuna Corporation came on the program. Darian Marcel came on the program. Junior Rogrello came on the program.
Right.
The mayor came on the program. Right? So that is not true. That is not true.
Yeah.
I don't remember who else. But
the one from the young man from Pleasantville, San Fernando.
Yes. I forget his name. Yeah, he came on the program. Right? So, we have had a few. And if Vonnie, that's a big difference though, eh?
We had Adrian Leonce.
We had Adrian Leons on the program too, and we call him cold. We call him cold.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
He
Vonnie,
was cold.
Vonnie, if any one of them was invited and they ignored us, I would have blasted them just the same way. And I wasn't going to say anything, you know. Seriously, I was going to leave it alone. I was going to leave it alone. But we had to stop taking people for granted, especially when you're a politician. In Trinidad and Tobago, politicians have to stop taking people for granted. And if you make a promise, fulfill your promise. That tells you something. If you make a promise to come on the program and you don't have the common decency to follow up and say, I can't come, it tells you something about that politician. Plain talk, bad manners.
Yeah, Watson Juke, you gotta fix this one here. Watson.
No, that's up to him, right?
You gotta fix this, Watson Juke. It's leaving a bitter taste in people's mouths.
Lana say answer, maybe you forget. Lana, let me go with your line, right? Let me say you forget. What about if you remember 24 hours later and he say, oh God, I forget, boy. Let me send them fellas a little thing. I say, listen, guys, I apologize. I totally forget. Good, no problem.
You know, sometimes you want to give people the benefit of the doubt and say maybe they don't have a good management of time system or time management system in place. But if he gets the message that we are sending tonight, we would tend to hope that sooner than later, he would make amends.
You know, to me, it just to me, it just seems to me, boy, that politicians, boy, tend to take people for fools, boy.
No question.
You take people for fools, man. You just figure you could do as you please because you're a politician, right? I didn't take it and leave it. Take that and cool it.
So Aslam, you still want to get into politics?
No, I would be a different type of politician. I want to get into politics. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. And when you call his phone, the future Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago is busy preparing his manifesto.
No, when you call my phone, right? My phone will be on 26 hours a day, 8 days a week.
What? Yeah, and I hope when by your bedside it rings silent, because Mrs. Zabon is going to get vexed.
I got to talk to my wife about it. Because my phone will be on silent now during the night. I gotta get permission from my wife for that. Right?
Okay.
So Troy Smith says, Ansem, stop putting your head on a block. The ground report warned you. Juke phone transform. Me put my head on no block. Me put my head on no block. Just if you's a politician and you make a promise to come on something and you can't fulfill your promise, you're supposed to follow up.
Yep.
You're supposed to follow up and just say, listen, how long does it take to type a sentence? I can't make it tonight.
Well, we have to also recognize that he's out of his zone, because remember he's up here in the United States. So then we have to presume that possibly his time management is off at this time. I'm trying to make reasonable.
Tommy, when you read it, when you get it and you read it, if you know you get it. If you know you couldn't make it at that point, simply send a message. And even if you forget that you were supposed to go on and your phone dead.
You are listening to WZYE LP 95.9 FM, Maplewood, New Jersey.
So, folks, we got to go for a quick station identification. It's in the village with the DAT Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. We come into every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 7 to 10 p.m. We'll be right back after this short message. It's in the village with the DAT Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey. The most influential name in Caribbean radio. WZYE 95.9 FM.
Always find myself singing for things I don't want to sing, good Lord. But somebody always do it. Some guy and something. There was a big get together for Kaisuka cricket team. Drinks was flowing like water, but no cups to drink it in. So somebody made a suggestion that had the boys on a hunt. They say if we could just find our own cups, then we could drink as much as we want. Well, if you see me like hungry little chicken all over the kitchen, we looking for cups. Like old Mother Hubbard, all in the cupboards, looking for cups. Should I see we looking for cups? Drink, good Lord, we looking for cups. Looking for cups to drink, good Lord. We looking for cups. Kaisonians came in their glory. Kaisonians came in their glee. Greeted by songs of gladness from singing Sandra and Lady B, who wasn't formally attired, was equipped with his sports. The mighty Sparrow and the Fosto came out in a lambada shorts. Gypsy came in a velvet outfit. Funny Borrow exposed a shoe. Duke was in a scissors steel jacket. And all of them looking for cups. You should have seen me like hungry little chicken all over the kitchen. We be looking for cups. Like old Mother Hubbard, all in the cupboards, looking for cups. You should have seen me looking for cups. Drink, good Lord, we looking for cups. We looking for cups to drink, good Lord, we looking for cups. Well, every year we leave our families and go to foreign land, promoting our country in the best of way that we can. When we reach back here in our homelands, they greet we with a slap in the face. The way they hassle we in the customs, as if we loot out somebody's place. I never mentioned one word about this, as I was hoping that it will stop until they invite me to this party, just to have me looking for cups. You should have seen me Crusoe and composer in a bell-bottom ragland and looking for cups. I see the Grandmaster Kitchen and you all rush me and looking for cups. You should have seen me looking for cups. Drink, good Lord, we looking for cups. We looking for cups to drink, good Lord, we looking for cups.
We're back with you. It's in the village to the DAT Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM, boy. The man said they're looking for cups, boy. Some politicians looking for cups too. Yeah, so
Answer, like bacchanal, but go ahead. That's why they shred you on social media.
no,
See, just leave me and Tommy alone, right?
I could take my lick. I don't want to put you in no position, because I know you have good relationship with these individuals, and I don't want to
What
put you in
position?
no position. You know what I mean?
Hell, answer careful what you say,
Oh yeah. You started to make Diana has very good, political, relationship with these individuals. And I don't want to put Diana's political relationships in jeopardy.
I thought it was more of the being the host on the show. I know I have a political relationship with them.
Well, I mean, now when I mean a
And
political relationship, you could get them
and
to come.
they probably find me engaging to
Well,
talk to, not
they doesn't want to talk to me. They rather talk to you.
yeah, they
And
don't
that's
want to talk to you.
nah, they don't want to talk to me. Hey, look, we partner Chris Watson back, boy. Chris Watson, welcome back, boy.
Hey,
Where you
welcome
been,
back.
man? Yeah. Let me read some of these comments here. Let me go back here. Troy Smith said Anselm Juke phone transform into a what? A deception? I know that one, Troy. Okay, so
deception.
we still say, yeah, Anselm. We know your views are not the views of 95.9 FM.
Oh, boy.
Still, that's a good one. I like that one too, man. That's a good one. A good one.
It should below the belt there, boy.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a real good one. Ray Stella come good enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah, boy.
He just says, Wall Street, did you hear about the guy they shot and beat to death and beat him recently? We beat him, President, in taking that easy. Okay. Oh, yeah. Wasn't that guy? What's his name?
Who beat him? The police?
Oh, that's I don't know. That's what it says. So Ray still says, Ansem, don't hot up your head about he. You try always to be better than his actions. Move on, yes, cause a leopard doesn't change its spots. Nah, you know me. All you know me. I say what I have to say and I move on. That is it. You know what I mean? Judy said, what is worse is calling people in parliament honorable. It have none honorable. It's only looters. Oh God, Lord have his mercy.
So we had to call them horrible instead of honorable.
Oh God, Toby boy. Oh God, Toby. Horrible? Nah. That's some of them good.
So who getting the badge, the highest badge of horrible? Horrible MP Imsburg?
We had to do a show where we rank all the MPs, all 41 MPs for the constituencies, and rank the ministers.
On a scale of what?
1 to 10. 1 to 10.
Oh, and 1 being
10 being excellent and 1 being horrible.
Well, I get all of them in the incumbent and -1.
We have to let the folks in the chat do the ranking though.
I get all of them now a minus.
Nah, you can't get all of them a minus, man. Some of them.
I can't get all of them a minus.
Some of them doing
I get
work.
all of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
What work?
If I had to say a minister I know that's doing work, I would say, and many people might disagree with this. It seemed to me that first of all, I think Foster Cummins is doing work. Right? There's a lot of things happening in this constituency. Right? a lot of people will say that it appears that Nyan Gasby Dolly is doing work. Dr. Nyan Gasby Dolly is doing work, right? It appears that Terrence D.R. Singh is doing work to against the people of Trinidad and Tobago.
Against. I like how you use that word. Against. Okay, keep going.
It seems like Rohan Sinanan is doing no work, right? Because after 2 years, they're setting up a special service company, a special purpose company to go and fix potholes in Trinidad and Tobago. You imagine that? They're gonna set up a special service company to fix potholes in Trinidad and Tobago. Look.
Oh God, Father.
Albert Montano says talks about the police arrest with the worker from St. Dominic's home who now work in St. Anne's Medical Hospital. Yeah, let me bring that one up. Let me bring up that one. Since you talk about that, Albert, let me bring that one up. There was an article in the Newsday with respect to that. Let me see. Here we go. I feel Albert has been cheating on seeing what kind of news we're going to talk about. I feel so. So here it is, folks. Suspect accused of sexually assaulting 30 boys at St. Dominic's Children's Home in police custody.
And how long it take to pull he out of there?
Diana, that is an excellent question. Let me read the article. Let me see if I have the article here. Let me see it here.
This fella, he lucky I don't have nobody inside there, That he trouble, eh? We can't be doing children these things. You see how everything come to light now, eh? My grandmother always used to say, you could hide and buy land, but you can't hide and work it.
Okay, here it is. Here it is.
So they showed his picture.
Suspect accused of sexually assaulting 30 boys at St. Dominic's homes in police custody, August the 26th. And this is how they start. 25 years after a cabinet-appointed task force highlighted claims that a male staff member at St. Dominic's Children's Home had sexually abused 30 boys there, the accused is now in police custody. Joel Julian has been following his story, and then they gave a report, right? I'm going to get that video. So, 25 years after.
Sick.
25 years after.
Why it took so long?
I wonder who was protecting him. Wait now. Why are we on it? The St. Dominic's home is run by who?
I think that was the home that had all the problems, That was
but
once you hear St. Dominic's, you will want to think of the Catholic Church, no?
That's all I wanted to know.
That's what I would think. We could be wrong.
That's all I wanted to know.
Yeah, but the sad thing is that 25 years later.
25 years.
Later, you now come into that conclusion.
And I may be wrong, but remember when Mr. Sabga was on here, he said he couldn't say nothing, and people, and there were people in the thing saying that the persons are still employed
But Diana, what makes it even worse, right? That he went to our next place.
Yep.
And it looked like he was where's the place he worked? He was in St. Anne.
He put him with the people who are, allegedly not right in their mind. So if they say something against him, you're not right in your mind. You see?
Let's see if I can play it. Let's see if I can play it.
Whoever thought to move him, put him there, that's a strategy they probably thought of. Well, you're going to believe the word of an insane person over this person? Yeah.
He probably purposely tried to get himself that position, because you know what he was up.
Okay.
So sad.
Yeah, that didn't play. Yeah, it's not playing. So 20 years after the fact, right? We know arresting a man. No, we don't.
But what's consistent with that is that when it comes to the diocese, there are quite a few claims that came along many years after it happened. Think about it. How many Roman Catholic priests are being charged for crimes they committed decades ago?
What about? I mean, Chris Watson, good night. He says, true, too long to stop children.
Oh boy.
Abuse in Trinidad. I wonder if the big boys in that lifestyle, that's why. I wonder if the big boys in that lifestyle, that was.
This is probably covering up. Remember, it was implied that a person high up in the government is still operating in that capacity, and who was inferred in the Sabga report, right? Am I wrong or right? Correct me now if I'm wrong. All right, and 25 years. You remember that guy that gave the interview and his back was turned, so to protect him. I wonder if he was a victim of this clown.
I just, I
and them three boys that run away, Anselm, remember, and they shoot them up in they end up getting killed. Why? I keep telling people, children do not run away from good treatment. Children don't run from a home or an environment where they feel safe or they're loved or appreciated. Anytime a child runs, something is wrong from where they ran from, because they're not adults, Like an adult, you could take care of yourself. A child, but child can't work. They're not finished their schooling. They're not mature enough to navigate the world. They're not running from that. That's good. And I wonder, right, if the new people that they elected on the Child Services Authority, could they have been the ones instrumental in unveiling this perpetrator? Remember, they formed a new committee.
Well, I think the police did the investigation. It just doesn't make sense, because this is the status quo in Trinidad and Tobago. I mean, think about it. You're taking 6 months to elect a police commissioner, a commissioner of police. 6 months. Does that make any sense? It makes no sense.
It might take 25 years to do the Paria thing too.
Oh, yeah. They take 20-something years to do the Piaco thing. 20-something years. And it seemed like to many people it's acceptable. Once we got steel band and we walk up, we run down, we walk down Frederick Street and we line and jam. We got steel band. The 60th Jubilee celebration, we got steel band and we good to go.
What that does every time is it validates the fact that justice delayed is justice denied. Because when you really think about it, 25 years, 27 years later, what really comes out of it? It's just a waste of time and money.
Yeah, a Sabga 20, the Paria report. I'm waiting to hear. Remember the other day we asked, is there any updates that's going on with the Paria? We ain't hear nothing yet, right?
No,
nobody can tell we. The public is not. We're not supposed to know what's going on, right?
And then the longer it takes, the more expensive it becomes.
But I glad they find he. I glad they pull he, but if he, man,
But Diana, you know how much damage he might have already done already?
That's what you picked my brain, boy.
All the damage that man did already, right?
Yeah, boy.
When we had an opportunity to stop that man from doing any more damage, boy, we leave that man out there. The man run rampant. You know, he's a sicko. Right? He's a sicko. Right?
Never nip anything in the bud.
2 decades later, you're now going to arrest that fella. Well, let me look on the bright side, as Stalin say. Let me look on the bright side.
Is there a bright side to that?
Well,
at least he's arrested.
Yeah, there's a bright side.
Okay.
At least he's off.
I wonder how many of them poor children, now you see why I don't want to be on nobody jury, because not me, no. You can't come before me and a child damaged and a child, and there's evidence. And while we are there, we ain't saying he is there, so nobody will come and sue and slam. I wonder if he had any contact with, what was the guy's name? Akil Chambers, is it?
Yeah.
Who's that? I wonder. You wonder.
I don't know if Akil Chambers
was in the home.
Yeah, was in a home,
Yeah, the different setting.
Yeah.
But he's a sick. You're a sick puppy. Whoever he is, you're sick.
Diana, Lana says next month one of the divers' lawyers will be given an update.
The divers' lawyer.
The divers' lawyer will be given an update.
The divers' lawyer gonna give an update. The Prime Minister Rowley, what happened to what going on? You're supposed to let us know what's going on with those citizens that lost their lives or fellow citizens. What's going on? All you're doing is drinking water and minding your business.
You don't know what the answer to that is? I'm a geologist.
Well, I'm going to babysit Monk Soufriere then.
Correct.
That ain't wicked.
Well, he says he's a geologist, so I will let him go and babysit Monk Soufriere.
You know what? Let me do that. Let me call Philip Alexander now, because people have been talking. Let me see if I can call Philip Alexander. Philip Alexander.
He might answer if he ain't in rum shop.
No, is rum shop Friday though?
I don't know.
It's Saturday. Rum shop
I said if he ain't in rum shop.
So, folks, we calling the leader of PEP. We calling Hailey's leader and Judy's leader.
Oh Lord.
Philip Edward Alexander. So Judy and Hailey can't say we never call him. No, but Philip Alexander was here before. He came before. Yeah, he came.
Won't call him.
Maybe he's tied up.
Yeah, he's tied up.
Literally.
Well, it's tomorrow's Sunday, so he could be getting ready. They could be getting ready to sell him in the market.
Yeah, to go to church.
Sunday crab, kind of thing.
But since we're on Philip, let's do this. Let's look at what he did with respect to a highway there in Trinidad and Tobago. All right, and there we go. Look at here. This is what he did, right? Hailey, send me the number now.
Right. So we said we were going to fix it, and I am now standing on the shoulder of the David death strip. And watch this. We've created a corridor of awareness. These barrels starting 600 feet from the roundabout. These lip barrels, they are covered in reflective tape, as you could see. These lights that are on top the barrels are solar powered. They have safety features. They turn themselves on at night, turn themselves off in the day. During the day, the barrels are day glow orange, which is the international color for safety and be alert. So we've done everything that we said that we would do to help transform this from a death strip. At 600 feet out, there are barrels on either side of the highway in the periphery of your vision, but they're also in your line of sight like a runway, all the way to the roundabout. So if you look at that, you'll see that they're separated 100 feet apart, all the way to the roundabout. Tonight is the first night they're on, and from the moment we put up the barrels, we noticed a marked reduction in people's speed when they realized that they were in a situation that required them to slow down. This is us fixing it. When you hear the government and the opposition talking foolishness about who warning who and all this other nonsense, all the Progressive Empowerment Party is saying to this country every single time is that the purpose of government is to manage and operate the country. We are fixing things that the government has a responsibility for. I have called out the Minister of Works and Transport on this repeatedly, and he has refused to take care of his responsibility. So we came down here and we fixed it. And I would like to thank a couple of people who helped us to fix this. I'd like to thank Trinity Lighting of Western Main Road, St. James, who brought in these lights for us and the reflective tape. I'd like to thank Lakshman Ramrup of CNC Concepts, who painted the barrels. I'd like to thank Fresh Star Juices for the donation of the barrels, and Avinash Chandrika of CPML Contractors, and Denmark Punwasi Singh, who also assisted us in getting this to this point. There is transport and duty and all manner of stuff that had to be paid for, and these people assisted. We'd like to thank them. If you see the work we're doing, because I want to tell you, this death strip is not the only one. We're going to be dealing with other areas in Trinidad and Tobago now that are insufficiently lit, and people get into accidents unknowingly. If you would like to assist us in fixing these things, you could reach out to Felicia Holder at 769-4590 or my assistant at 719-2888, and just volunteer to help whatever you could contribute. But I would like to thank all those who helped, including the entire PEP team, the South Hub, Satish Ramsaran and his crew, David Welch, Precious, the head of the Women's Arm. They all came out and they made themselves available to make this happen. And look at this. That's what fixing it looks like.
Now, let me say this. That was excellent. All right? That is excellent. And what I like about that is that he said Pep will fix it. You understand?
Yeah, he listening.
He listened. So I was listening attentively for that. You understand? That should be the mantra. And the barrel should be Pep will fix it. Not Philip will fix it. Pep will fix it.
Yeah, he listening.
However, Anselm, can you hear me?
Yeah, we hearing you.
Wasn't it undone promptly by the Minister of Work?
Tommy, there's a follow-up. Yeah, Tommy, boy. Yeah.
Lord Father.
Tommy, you're real good, Tommy, boy. But there's a follow-up. Get the follow-up.
I'll be right back.
The Ministry of Works and Transportation removed barrels placed by Philip Alexander along the Debe roundabout. Now, I don't understand if somebody's doing something to improve the country and to make a difference in people's lives. So you know what? You know what the government should go and do? Anybody that fix any road in any parts of the country, let me come out of here. Anybody that fix any roads in any part of the country, I want the government to go and dig back up them roads. Right? I want them to go back and dig back up them roads, because that's their responsibility. You know, it just boggles my mind. Listen, we know it's politics. We know that. But if you ain't doing it and somebody decide to do it, why are you going and removing it? I mean, maybe I'm missing something, man. Tommy, I'm missing something. Dana, I'm missing something. Something.
Well, so why they remove them? I mean, that's just they're so vindictive and stupid. I mean, I was thinking maybe perhaps in my mind, right? I was thinking, did he get in those cases you need tongue and planning approval, you need I don't know. Go ahead, Tommy. I don't know.
So what that tells you is that you see, the government is setting a bad precedent in that you are actually sending a message to people that if the government don't do it, nobody else should do it.
If you're endangered, leave it in that state.
Leave it there. Just leave it. Don't touch it until we decide we're going to get to it.
Or perhaps there's a code ordinance in place that you can't use. I don't know. I'm just trying to be critical thinking here. What is the reason for removing them?
Listen to this.
You need to call Rohan Senator and ask him that.
Yeah.
No, but what should happen is that he should have an immediate solution if he's removing it.
Immediate solution. So here's the article. This is in TTT Loop News. The Ministry of Works and Transport has labeled as irresponsible the actions of head of the Progressive Empowerment Party, PEP, Philip Alexander, regarding the installation of oil barrels along the Sir Solomon Hochoy Highway in the vicinity of Gandhi Village roundabout. In a statement on Friday, the ministry said, while it is not adverse to any initiative that seeks to improve road safety measures on the nation's roadway, some action must operate within the parameters and guidelines of the Highway Authority. In this particular instance, the ministry said it was forced to remove the oil barrels installed by Alexander as no approval was sought or given by the Highway Division. It added the barrels were improperly installed and do not support the overall safety plan for the area. The ministry says these actions can lead to more detrimental impacts on a situation the ministry is currently addressing, given the increase in road traffic accidents, within the vicinity of Gandhi Village roundabout. It said it had implemented additional traffic control devices, including crash cushions, lit sand barrels, reflective tapes, flashing cat eyes, flashing warning lights, and improved signage and pavement markings with the intent of improving the overall safety of the area.
When?
That's
the $10,000 question is when.
Oh Lord, Father.
How much more carnage has to happen before something is done?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I just feel that,
But that ain't making no kind of sense. Okay, if he didn't do the one way, if you move it, then right away you should fix it the next day or something. So the whole thing, is it a roundabout or a strip of road?
It's a strip of road approaching a roundabout that doesn't have enough indication that is happening, and so obviously it's going to create a bit of a problem for drivers.
Then put some speed bumps then.
No, not on a major highway.
It's a major highway.
What you have to do is put indication that it's time to slow down, so that people slow down. They're more cautious when approaching that impediment on the roadway, because a roundabout on a.
I'm trying to see how the roundabouts work.
Wait now.
Oh Jesus.
Wait now. Ailey.
What about road signs? Bring down the speed to 30 miles an hour, 25 or something. I don't know. Go ahead.
That's what has happened. You have to have signage.
But wait now. I didn't just compliment the PEP on that program there that they're doing. I says PEP always have the step and some stop hating dread.
No, nobody hating on PEP. Nobody's hating on PEP.
I complimenting them, but I really think about it, right? Let's think about it this way. If I was hating on them, I wouldn't play the video.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I mean, just think about it. If a person is hating on something, they wouldn't even come and play a video and then compliment whoever is doing it on what they have done.
No, but you know, the only thing that I would say is that since they wanted to be notified that he was going to be doing it, he should have notified them. Whether they agree or disagree, he should have notified them so that they can't say they didn't know.
But you know, Tommy, I hear you, eh? But you know for a fact, Tommy, if he notified him, he wasn't going to get no permission to go and do that.
Yep. Make the PNM look bad.
Yeah, he wasn't getting no permission to do that. Listen, you could have gone and get somebody from another area.
I'm not saying ask for permission. Just notify them that you're going to take corrective steps to save some of the distress that drivers are experiencing.
I don't know. I really don't know if that, you know, I mean, all right, let's say that it was done incorrectly. What did they do, right, to correct it at that point in time?
Right. They could have actually taken the same implements and corrected them.
Mm-hmm.
If there's a better way to erect them or to install them.
Yeah. Right. I mean, I don't know, man. You know, with that in mind, right? With that in mind, I want to send a warning to Trinidad and Tobago. Let me go solo here. I want to send a warning to Trinidad and Tobago. Strict regulations is coming to the scrap iron industry in Trinidad and Tobago.
Oh boy.
Strict regulations is coming to the scrap iron industry of Trinidad and Tobago. And I have the proof to show you. Let me show you this video. Let me show you this video. This happened in Kenya.
Yeah.
Okay, let me get this here. Here we go. Listen to this.
Now, to a developing story, the government lifted the ban that was imposed on scrap metal after about 4 months of suspension. The lift, which took effect on 1st May this year, comes up with new stringent rules and does not permit export of scrap metals. Among other requirements, applications for a license will be vetted by a multi-agency team.
You all hear that?
Licensing.
Let me go back. And all you know who's the people that do scrap iron, right? It's not the rich. But just maybe when this comes up and you have to do this, it's open sesame for poor, disadvantaged people in Trinidad and Tobago. Right? So let me go back on this.
Now, to a developing story, the government lifted the ban that was imposed on scrap metal after about 4 months of...
Now, you see, the Kenyan government also banned scrap iron.
4 months.
For 4 months. But they didn't just ban it because there was political interruptions as well. It was political too. It wasn't just vandalism, but it was also political as well.
Suspension. The lift, which took effect on 1st May this year, comes up with new stringent rules and does not permit export of scrap metals. Among other...
Yeah, that stringent rule. It does not. But wait a minute.
Import of scrap metal.
Tommy and Dana, wait a minute. Doesn't permit export, they say, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did he say import or export?
I think I heard export.
I thought export. Let's go back.
Yeah, play it again.
With new stringent rules and does not permit export of scrap metals.
Export. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm just trying to understand this. Because the government taking the picture from something else that they have already seen, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? They didn't come up, they didn't look at this, what happened in Kenya, and come up with an innovative idea to say that, we're not going to go down the same road that Kenya went down. Right? They went down this road and they just said, all right, 7 months. Right?
Mm-hmm.
No kind of innovation to figure out, what they can do. But I have another video from what they did in South Africa. Maybe the government of Trinidad and Tobago didn't see that one. But I will show you too. There we go.
Among other requirements, applications for a license will be vetted by a multi-agency team.
Hear that? Hear that?
Right.
You know what that means?
Uh,
Well, you know what that means? Because them following lock, step, and barrel with something that somebody else did, them just come up and decide that they were going to do a 6 months ban, Somebody else did it previously, and them say, well, you know what? Them do it, we go do the same thing too.
Which licensed dealers will pay some fees. This, however, was not met lightly as
Hear that? Hear that? Hear that?
So wait now. Let me see if I can connect the dots. You stopped my method of making money for 6 months. In order to get back into making money, I had to pay fee.
No, Diana, I'm just suggesting that this is what they're going to follow. And the reason why I'm suggesting that is because it appears to me that they followed, because in Kenya, they banned them for, I think, 5 months or 6 months as well, 6 or 7 months. They had initially banned them for 7 months, and it started in January. And then in May of 2022, they lifted the ban after like 4 or 5 months. Right? So we in Trinidad did a 6 months ban. Right? So what are we going to do in the interim? And these are some of the ideas here that I hear that they're doing in Kenya that I believe the government will just cut and paste and use these ideas. That is my...
Yeah, but so answer, and I'm following up. I'm saying you said you shut down the way I'm making my money for 6 months, right? But when you reopen it, let's say, in order to do it, I have to pay some kind of fee for money that I wasn't making for 6 months.
Well, you had to go into your savings or whatever you had made previously.
And I saw something where they say they're making it possible for the scrap iron dealers to get money grants.
I think a $500 grant, if I'm not
$500.
No, if I'm not mistaken.
Lord.
That's what they said. Immediately
No, Donna Cox, that ain't good.
Speak to Donna Cox about an additional grant. That's what somebody in chat could correct me if I'm wrong. Right?
That ain't good at all.
But let's go on. Let's listen. Let's go on.
Diana reports.
It was a relief when the government announced that it had lifted the ban on scrap metal. But as the directive takes effect, dealers are protesting the new requirements imposed on them by the government. Businesses remain shut despite the lifting of the ban.
Kichokosa ni kushukuru kwa kupatiwa mwelekeo. Ijapokuwa hiyo mwelekeo tunapewa iko na uzito. Kama ni kupunguziwa hii license, sio hatukatai kulipa license. Lakini ipunguzwe juu kama huyu mtu wa kuokota kwa kweli 50,000 atatoa wapi akifanya kazi periodically time to time, hafanyi kazi wakati wowote.
Kwa siku naweza pata hata kilo 100. Kilo 100 inanipatia hata shilingi 400. Kinipea pesa mingi ni 500. Na hiyo 500 nalipa mtu wa mkoko. Mimi hata sina gari ya kubeba, nabebanga na mkoko juu nikiweka kwa lori sitaweza lipa lori juu faida ni kandogo.
Sisi watupunguzie license zetu zikuje kama 10,000, hizo tunaweza kuafford kulipa.
The update on the regulation of trade in scrap metal is in respect to the president's directive that saw the ban take effect early this year.
Kazi ya scrap ilikuja ikafungwa. Mlango yangu ndio hii. Imemaliza miezi 4. Rent nalipa wafanyikazi, nalipa vitu mingi na mlango yangu imefungwa.
So what do the new directives say? All persons dealing in scrap metal must apply for a license which is non-transferable.
All you hear that? If all you hear the government come with anything like this, all you know they just cut and paste, So we put WZYE 95.9 FM in the village with the DAT Triplets, putting them on notice, right? All you come up with something innovative. Don't cut and paste from Kenya. Don't cut and paste, right? It is already out in the public domain. Because the other radio stations and them playing a different video. I will show you the video they play there. I will show you. There we go. That's the first one.
Anyone who operates without a license commits an offense. For a first-time offense, one is liable to a fine of Kenya shillings 10 million.
And listen, I have no problem with that. You understand? If you are involved in nefarious activities, you have to suffer the consequences. If you are buying stolen scrap iron from other people and you are found with it, you suffer the consequences of whatever it is. Right? I no problem with that.
A repeat offender will attract a fine of Kenya shillings 20 million or 5 years in prison.
Scrap metal must maintain records of supplies and suppliers after verification of identity. Scrap from critical national infrastructure shall be disposed of only to the numerical machining complex and the Kenya Shipyard Limited for smelting. In the case of transport,
so let's see now. No exporter, right? No exporter, right?
Transportation. Every licensed dealer shall carry a certified copy of the licensed dealer and the recipient of the scrap metal on any vehicle that is being used to transport any scrap metal. And every licensed dealer shall comply with the prescribed hours of operations. The Act does not permit export of scrap metal, and that still remains the case.
So they could only sell the scrap island to this one company in Kenya. But this is just Kenya. I'm just saying that, it appears to me that, think about it, right, guys? Think about it. Somebody go set up a company, and all them scrap iron dealers know how to come and sell it to that company, right? And then that company could get the permission to export and make all the big money. Let's see where that's going.
Yeah.
Let's see where it's going, right? And all you know who's sitting down waiting, right?
The 1%.
Okay. Let me continue.
It's payable by all scrap metal dealers. The people who are dealing with scrap metal not more than 5,000 kilograms will pay 250,000 shillings. Agents who are dealing will pay 150,000 shillings. Collectors and Juakali will pay 50,000 shillings. And
collectors that have a license too.
Why they using shillings? Ain't that English thing? They don't have their own money.
They
British. Oh, Father,
that's
help
their
us.
shilling.
That's their shilling. Yeah, they're British. Let's see, but all remember, this is not Trinidad and Tobago. Eh? This is Kenya. Right? But I am saying that these policies here go end up in some of these policies will end up in Trinidad and Tobago as a cut and paste.
Educators will pay 50,000 shillings.
Mina napatanga kilo 100 ama 200 ama 300, na hiyo 300 utakata lisensi ya pesa ngapi? Hiyo sitapata kweli. Hata nifanywe nini? Hata nakosa hata ya kulipa school fee 5,000. Wacha hiyo sasa nakosa. Juu napata faida yangu kama 500 ama 1,000. 1,000 ndio uende uweke ifike hiyo 50,000 ni ngumu sana.
With Kenya being a net importer of products, lifting the ban may just see a reduction in steel prices, which had shot up significantly, exposing Kenyans to high construction costs. For KT News, I'm Dombi Esther Diana.
Many thanks, Esther, for that one. Now to the...
So let's see that, right? Now, we now have sort of an example of where Trinidad and Tobago got their 6 months from, right? They're following somebody else.
Kenya.
Right? So we would have thought that the government has sat down and think of this thing through their own free mind and own free will, right? But that video, to me, tells another story. It tells another story.
Isn't that where Dr. Rowley went the other day?
No. You went
Ghana. It was Ghana?
Yes,
oh, okay.
Yeah, you in Ghana. Yeah, you understand? That tells a different story. Right. But we have 2 follow-up videos that we're going to play right after the break. One is from South Africa, and we're going to see how South Africa is dealing with the scrap iron problems that they are having.
Yep.
Right? And maybe the government could cut and paste South Africa instead of cut and paste Kenya. Because there also been a problem in Jamaica too as well. 11 years ago. 11 years ago, there was also a problem in Jamaica as well. Right? So, the scrap iron thing is a problem. Right? And
you know, as you talk about...
No, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No,
I was saying as you talk about Jamaica, as you talked about Jamaica and cutting and pasting, I was listening to a news broadcast today where the Jamaican government was supplying the students with electronic books, and I was saying, I wonder if Trinidad is hearing this. And
yeah, they're hearing it.
Should that provide?
But Tommy.
But Tommy, wait a minute. If you provide them an electronic book, that means you have to give them the electronic device to get the book on.
Yes. They were actually saying that the government is providing that for students.
Right, but so in Trinidad and Tobago, you have to provide them with the device in order to get the book on. Electronic, right? Okay.
But listen to this. That's why I was saying that there's a possibility that when we look at Dr. Nyan Gasby-Dully, that she might be one of those ministers who trying to do the right thing. The Ministry of Education received approximately 5,800 laptops yesterday, which will be assigned to students who successfully completed the means test as well as teachers.
All right.
Wait now. What? Yeah. So you had to complete a means test to get one?
You gotta be able, yes, meaning that you're poor or you cannot afford to buy it.
You see why I asked the question, answer? A whole heap of on forms, and it's probably online, and you don't have a device.
All right, but this is a great initiative. And you know something though? A lot of people didn't want to give the UNC compliment for bringing the laptop program. The only problem I had with that laptop program, and I know for a fact, because I was dealing with that laptop program from here in the United States of America, and I was at the New York Stock Exchange at that time. At that point in time, the laptops was kind of expensive.
It was costly.
It was very costly, and they could have gotten laptops for $199. I went directly to a company that was doing them laptops in all different parts of the world, and it was $199. I ain't asking all there. I'm telling you, I spoke to the guy who was the distributor for the Caribbean.
That's $199 TT or US?
US.
US.
Okay.
US.
$200 US.
Yes, I spoke to the guy directly. The name of the program was Education Something. And what they did is they actually had a sort of a grant in order to do programs in Africa and the Caribbean. And I brought it to their attention, but they didn't want to hear that because, of course, somebody got to eat our food.
Right.
Somebody had to eat our food, so the $199 is too cheap.
Somebody got to eat something.
Somebody got to eat something, right? So that $199 went out the window. But I had all the information, But I had examples. The guy sent me specs. He sent me price, all kind of thing. I trying to save money for the country, right? But it didn't happen. So, Diana, as you said that, I actually saw this today, and I said, well, this is not a bad thing. 5,800. I mean, quite a few kids could get laptops, right? So you just complete your means test. Mean to say that, you got to be poor, right?
You cannot afford to pay for it yourself.
And can't afford to pay for it yourself. and you're good to go.
And when they find out that people submitting false paperwork, they'll put the program on hold till they could sort out the fraudulent ones in between, and yada, 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 yada.
Commission then. Yeah. Commission to look into it.
All right. And there we go. People can't get the devices to get the electronic books. Okay, there we go. A whole bunch of students failing again. But go ahead.
Ken John is saying that Lana, the big buyers of scrap dealers, encouraging stupidness. When you come back, Lana says, Anselm, how many laptops you think Moncton Secondary get for hundreds of children? 30. Really?
Wow. Maybe they had 30 poor families only.
No. You know where Moncton is?
I know.
I know.
Yeah, just being sarcastic.
I know. Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know. Right?
Top of the hour, I'm coming.
Yeah. Lana said, my child in Form 3 still waiting on a laptop from the Ministry of Education since Form 1.
I don't know.
But Lana, let me ask a question. You guys don't think that Dr. Nyan Gasby Dolly is doing a good job? I've been told that from people from the inside that, she's trying the best. She's trying her best.
Is it good enough?
But Ken John, we're gonna go for a quick break after this. Ken John, weren't we gonna open a smelter plant in Trinidad? At one point
we had one that was closed down.
We had one that was closed down.
Yep.
Right? Ken John, we had one, it was closed down. And we had a Answer Mattel. Is Answer Mattel? It was also closed down too.
I don't know. I give up.
So, folks, it's in the village with the DAT Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. When I come back, I want you all to see these two videos. And we have a video also of a fella who just called a certain program. And I called the program, and he was accusing the scrap iron dealers of stealing the goods on them. And when I tell the host that is wicked and evil for that fella to say them stealing it, he said he never said that. So we go play that when we come back. It's in the village with DAT Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. We'll be right back after this short message. Stick and sit, don't go nowhere.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio, WZYE 95.9 FM.
What's up? Fine. Straight one. But now, it's time you stop singing Kaiso. Stop singing Kaiso, you say? Stop singing Kaiso. Why? Kaiso ain't making no sense. You're singing years after years and nothing come across, sing soca, eat a food. Benja, here we go on. I can't sing no Kaiso. You know why? People complain all across my country. So because of the people, I had to sing Kaiso. I'd apologize to you. Sorry. Sit me. Park, how you feeling? I reach home. Yeah.
You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM.
Well, I sit down after carnival, sharing ideas with Benja. Yeah. See me, He said, boy, you need a soca song. You in this guy something for too long. Yeah. See me,
You say, I know you like how me Trini woman did look. Yes, boy, and I know you like how me Trini girl, she did book. But you need a song with some bacchanal, something to cause a real scandal, something to bring your fortune and fame, and the people call out your name. But I say no, Ben Chai, I can't sing a soca song. When people complaining from country to tongue, they complain when food price is high. When they cannot buy, they complain when they go in the grocery and they take out their money. So I can't sing a soca song when people complaining from north to south. But here's some things I want my leaders complain about. Yes, complain, Minister Sandy, tell us why the state of emergency. Complain, tell the country the truth. Complain, was there any a clear and present danger to the people in this country? Complain, tell the country the truth. You say these events would have make 1990 look like a tea party, or did you fear the threat by the trade unions to shut down the whole country? Was it really crime on the trade unions? Tell us if you have nothing to hide. But don't lie to the side, lie to the side, lie to the side. If this was not about national security, just complain and tell the country, yeah. I said, yeah. He said, Jack, how long you in the sky so thick? And up to no boy, you never win. He said, yeah, see me, yeah. In soca, you don't have to study that. Singing too fast and your pocket fat. Yeah, see me, yeah. He said, I know you like how me treat the girl, she did walk. And I know you like how me treat the woman, then talk. So sing a wine, a jump, and behave. Give them something to misbehave. Do you like that combination? Brian sing, na. I say, well then, Jai, although your plan sounds easy, people still complaining all over my country. They complain when it have no water. Yes, straight to WhatsApp. Foreign continentals get vexed and complain with the anthem. So I can't sing a soca song when people complaining in my land. I want the leaders complain so that we could understand. We not asking again, what's up with you at sea and that aeroplane? Complain, tell the country the truth. When we democracy, games we don't play. Why the hell you went and the rain news day? Complain, tell the country the truth. You at sea, you can't pull a tree. Games what you do wasn't right. And trees can spell a lie, especially if it's white. Why you quarrel the tree skies? Look, the murder is on the rise. Tell me why I don't like to decide. Like to decide, like to the line, like to decide. If why you looking so fucking should just complain and tell the country, yes. I say, there's a guy can't sing off, somebody can't sing. Yeah. You say, I know that calypso in your vein, but it's time you jump on this soca train, yeah. See me, yeah. He said the Kaiso bus get moving too slow, but the soca train always on the go. He say, yeah. See me, yeah. You don't have to hurt your head to get no big talking. And boy, you don't have to bust your brains to write no fancy lyrics. He say you could sing anything you like. I'm telling you, boy, no fuss, no fight. Just make sure and pay them DJs, and you're sure your song will get played. I say still then giant, I cannot go that way. When everywhere people complaining every day. They complain still about flooding. Government here doing nothing. Powers hold their head and fall. No compensation at all. So although this soca trade, it's always on the go. Our leaders complain so that we would know. Don't feel we forget. Tell us about this assassination threat. Complain, tell the country the truth. Know that the truth, it has been revealed. The police say that the threat was never real. Complain, tell the country the truth. But if you did a geography Griffith who concocted this story, and was it all just a distraction for the first state of emergency? Yes, when they tell me that you had dengue, now you're making me feel alive. Tell the truth, but don't lie to the side. Lie to the side, lie to the lie to the lie to the side. If you know you are sick from punching and Bacardi, come now, complain and tell the country.
And of course, we are back with this individual triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. We come to every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 7 to 10 p.m. That's Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 7 to 10 p.m. Now, let's go to this video here. Let me see which one I'm going to get first. Let me get the video on the one from, I got to go.
Which one are you looking for?
So listen to this. No. Yeah, let's listen to this one here. This is on Pastor Gogo's program.
You look at the boy, Mr. Barataria, man, doing a video, sharing his lending his voice against the scrap iron dealers and the situation where they are concerned. Look at this.
When we watch at this here, see this here? This supposed to have some grill. Right, if you look up the road, you might be able to see all piece. See that? Right where it's supposed to have go all the way up the road here. Where you feel it go? Where you feel come and pass and pick up this? Yeah? Where you feel pass and pick that up? It ain't me. Right? And check where we is. Check where we is. And they go with all the grills. So if you run off the road here, the grill might have saved you from crashing into the wall. When you fall along in there, check the expense for the scrap iron man. Go on with the grill. And
that ever had any grill? That looked like it ever had any grill?
When we watch at this here.
So Tommy, you know, you don't know who going with the grill.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
That ever had any?
But Tommy, but not only that, right, Tommy? Maybe they could have do with them barrels that that Philip Alexander put up at the other place there, right? If they put them barrels there, then people could know something on the other side, right?
Yeah.
No, but that roadway, the way that roadway is designed, there is a wall of, okay, at least if you run off or running off the road, your tire would hit the wall. There's a wall there that prevents you from running over unless you're driving at breakneck speeds and you fly over the wall.
Oh, let me look at that again, Tommy. Let me look at
supposed to have some grill.
Oh, so Tommy, yeah, you're right.
Right, if you look up the road, you might be able to see all piece.
There's a wall here, right here. Mm-hmm.
See that?
It look like a wall?
Right where it's supposed to have go all the way up the road here. Where you feel it go? Where you feel come and pass and pick up this? Yeah? Where you feel pass and pick that up? It ain't me.
Tommy, wait a second. This is a wall here?
There was never no
because of grass growing down in there.
There was never any grid there.
Oh Jesus! I don't see the straps or nothing. The whole
there's
nothing.
A curb wall there. There's a curb wall there. There's a curb wall there that your tire wouldn't, even if you hit it, your tire will bounce back.
Oh boy!
You have to go extremely fast to jump that.
God, Tommy boy, oh God! Tommy exposed the man even more, boy. Tommy exposed the man even more. But let's go to the one now.
That's a blatant lie.
Well, you know, Tommy, you picked that up. You know better than me. I didn't see that one. So I think this is a hold up.
That's an open drain.
Let me see if this is it here, Tommy. Oh, here it is. All right, this is it here. This is the one now from South Africa. Listen to what South Africa is doing. Listen.
Welcome back. Now, Trade and Industry and Competition Minister Ibrahim Patel earlier this week told Parliament that the government's proposed scrap metal policy will make it harder to sell stolen scrap metal. Some were expecting a total ban for several months. The theft of scrap metal and copper cable from public infrastructure and private companies has been a burden for the country. I want to bring in Nancy Strachan, who is the CEO of the Recycling Association of South Africa. Nancy, thanks very much indeed for talking to us. So the cost of this theft to the economy, Nancy, exceeding about 46 billion rand. That's an enormous amount. It comes from that so-called TIPS report on the impact of the theft. Maybe let's start with that first question. Does that report spell out the entire story?
Unfortunately, it doesn't, and that's where some of our issues are, is that it doesn't show the full truth of what the situation is.
And I mean, and that's why you have so many sectors here, in particular the public sector, the private sector, companies that are under your umbrella would have been talking to you about this as well. And that old question about whether or not to have a total ban on exports, it seems it might not be a way forward. And I see your group pushing for more emphasis on perhaps countering the theft and illicit trade by making cashless transactions law, for example, making tracing mechanisms more available?
That's correct. We don't believe that trade policy is a way to effectively address infrastructure theft, not only in South Africa, but in the rest of the world. Trade policy has no effect on criminal behavior. Criminal behavior bypasses all legal systems, and trade policy will do nothing to effectively address that.
You know, you said earlier that that TIPS report didn't give out the entire story. And as I said, you've held workshops with many of the recycling companies under your umbrella. What's the sort of experience on the ground there? What's the feedback been?
The feedback from the industry itself and the recycling industry is that they're not being heard or considered in these proposals at all. They've been given 21 days to respond to a policy that threatens to threaten the existence and provide input on it. And they don't think government is even prepared to listen to their inputs or consider the repercussions of what this can have on the legitimate recycling industry.
Well, just talk to me about how this really unfolds, because, you know, I mean, is it a question of probably the country's ability not to police the illicit trade effectively? Is it failing the industry, you think?
I don't think so. The past 3 years, year on year, has shown a decrease in the actual incidence of infrastructure theft by the police. So I do think the police are very effective in the policing of the legitimate industry. It's the criminal syndicates and the organized crime that requires more effective policing. And the only way to address that is to build cooperation between the affected parastatals, the police, and industry itself.
What do you think will eventually happen when it does become policy and law, Nancy? Because I see we're in a period now for public comment that closes very soon, as you say. Where is this shaping? Because you have this huge industry that, if a total ban does get underway, would be severely hit. From your take on what the Trade and Industry Minister Ibrahim Patel is talking about, how do you think this will shape up?
Well, I do think that the hardest hit will be the poorest of the poor. We're looking at the waste pickers of South Africa who survive on between 50 and 100 rand a day from collecting cans and general waste discarded by the public. This will no longer be collected if there's no benefit to them collecting this waste and reselling it so that they can earn a legitimate income. It will be left on the streets uncollected or going to landfill, and we'll be facing perhaps 600,000 people who will be relying on the state for further bailouts.
But it does seem, though, according to what the minister had said in Parliament, that the way forward could be just to put in more traceable mechanisms in place where you identify whether or not a particular item has been stolen. It might be a very difficult task, but perhaps that's the way forward.
It is the way forward, and we say that making the products uniquely identifiable makes it easier for the legitimate industry to ensure it doesn't enter the recycling chain. It makes it easier for the police and law enforcement to prosecute these cases and identify those syndicates that are operating illegally within the industry.
Yeah, so very quickly, how do you think this will end off? I mean, it seems as though we wouldn't get the total ban.
I'm not too sure at this stage. And the industry is sort of resigned to the fact that government is not listening to them. So at this stage, we've got 915,000 people who are currently legitimately employed who are facing the very daunting possibility that they may not have a future in this industry.
Yeah, we'll have to see how that wades off. Well, thank you very much indeed. Nancy Strachan is the CEO of the Recycling Association of.
So you see, South Africa is trying to look at it from a different perspective, right? They're trying to do more policy more than anything else, and I think that's the way to go. That should have been the way that we had gone in Trinidad and Tobago, to look at policy rather than just to come nilly-willy and shut down the scrap iron industry. I mean, everything like, when we can't fix something in Trinidad and Tobago, we just shut it down. When we can't deal with it, just shut it down. Right? There's one other video. It's a video from Jamaica that was 11 years ago. Let me see if I could get that one. Let me see if I could get that one. This one, Jamaica had to do something too. I mean, this thing is all across the world, Scrap metal dealers. I wonder if it's this one here. Let me see if it's this one here. I think this is it. This is from Jamaica.
Everything
this is from 11 years ago.
People, leaders, them all of them. And see, back to school now. What do people know?
Not me alone. First thing, we have to prepare everything for school now. It's stop now. It's stop. When the children, they went, they stay up on the roadside and they come and say parents now try to send them to school. Think about where you are.
I want now, Mr. Tough time. Let's make 1 week lock scrap metal just like that. If not like everybody have a problem. I wait for the open for school. We can save with it. All the people up and ground. You can't give 1 week to take up all them things there. One the whole of things them enough never have a truck even pay the material. Up on the side to themselves to take it up and so like a man like me when invest my money. I'm gonna jump my money. I lose my work about 6 years I've got through the government. But then come in work for things and I lose all my work. So right now I say boy right now I ain't gonna scrap it. I'll take up all my money. And lock down my business. When I have a truck to take up my material. I'm looking at extra time, nothing at all. That's 1 week and then so you just wear that right. So right now I wonder what am I gonna do? The help with that speed because I'm move back to my material.
So one thing I'm noticing is that there are the scrap iron dealers involve person of certain status in these countries.
Getting a feedback from.
Let me see. Yeah, scrap island dealers. Who are we getting that feedback from? Yeah, Tommy, I think we're getting feedback from you. Check your mic, Tommy. Yeah. It appears to me that the scrap iron dealers across the world is from a certain status in these countries. And it appears to be a very lucrative industry that some other people have their eyes on it. And that's sad. It is sad.
I was trying to see how Barbados handles or Guyana.
Or do they do anything with that?
I'm looking at YouTube. I'll get back to you in a minute.
Yeah. So let me play some good. Let me play something good here. In 2023, Trinidad and Tobago is going to host the 2023 Commonwealth Youth Games, and that's a good thing.
The date, August 4th to the 11th, 2023, when our Twin Island Republic will host the 7th edition of the Commonwealth Youth Games. Kent Fuentes was present for the signing ceremony today.
It's official. This country will host the 2023 Commonwealth Youth Games. President of the Trinidad and Tobago Commonwealth Games Association, Diane Henderson, praised the bid committee of Reza Grant, Chanel Young, and the Queenies John for their work in helping Trinidad and Tobago to be awarded host nation for the Games, and believes it will have a positive impact on our Twin Island Republic.
The objective remains the same, changing lives for the better. It is our belief that the people of Trinidad and Tobago will be positively impacted through the engagement of sport and the activities with our youth and young people. There would be many opportunities for involvement for all.
Dame Louise Martin, president of the Commonwealth Games Federation, said it was disappointing to cancel the games that were originally scheduled for 2021 and thanked those who helped bring the games to our shores.
And I would like to thank Trinidad and Tobago Commonwealth Games Association, Annette, Diane, everybody else, and especially the government for all the support we've had over these few years. If it hadn't been for you and sticking with us, we wouldn't be here today. And I know the young athletes of the Commonwealth will be so excited to have the opportunity of competing in the Caribbean next year.
Minister of Sport and Community Development, Shamfa Kujo, believes the delay in hosting the games gave the LOC better time to prepare for the event, adding the games will do wonders for the athletes involved.
I think for all of us throughout the Commonwealth, these games are games of hope. These games put these young people back to work to showcase athletic excellence and to provide a platform for them to create opportunities to make friends, establish new networks, and really maximize the full potential of sport and all sport has to offer.
While the Minister of Sport also believes the nation as a whole stands to benefit from hosting the games, and to make the signing official a bit of Scottish culture. Kent Fuentes, TTT Sports.
Hey, where's mine? Save the date, August 4th to the 11th.
So,
when
I take a little drink, boy. Tommy had to take a little drink. Had to take a little drink with it. Tommy.
So where they physically going to be holding in Trinidad or Tobago?
Trinidad and Tobago. I think most of the track events will be held at the Dwight York Stadium in Tobago.
This is 2023 you're talking about, huh?
Yeah, 2023, yeah. That's a good thing. That's a very good
thing.
That brings that could be part of sports tourism and bringing people to Trinidad and Tobago in order for them to,
who pocket going and get line is the people on the lower end of the economic scale going to get a stall somewhere to sell stuff, or they got to be hustling selling bottled water at the junctions when the athletes passing, or they're going to just route the traffic through Arapita Avenue. You know, who's benefiting?
Well, Diana, you know what's going to happen, right? I think what's going to happen is that there's going to be areas that the athletes will be, told that they can go to, and you know where those areas are going to be. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm asking.
Yeah, I don't think they will be able to go to all different parts of the country. I mean, if they want to go to the beach, that's something they can do. If they want to go shopping, right, they will kind of, point them to certain places where they can go shopping. So, but I think all in all, that's a good thing, though. I think that's a very good thing, right? Another good thing, Tommy, you sent me this earlier, and U.S. envoy Harriet Cross hails PAN as a way to inspire hope and change.
Who?
Tommy sent.
What? Tell me that again. Y'all jump over my head.
Oh, UK envoy Harriet Cross hails PAN, way to inspire hope, change. Tommy sent me that. Tommy.
But I know that to be a fact.
I mean, arguing it, Tommy, but it take the United Kingdom to tell them that.
Diana. Tommy, I think it's a great idea. And when you sent it to me, and I immediately, screenshot it and I was going to put it up. And I asked myself the question. It takes a light-skinned person from the United Kingdom to come and tell us this?
Didn't we have a fella on here earlier in the year or last year, something with the pan thing?
Ruby D. Victor.
Yeah, talking about a thing that they have in tongue, and they're trying to, make it where they could sell memorabilia. So you see how we still hitched to the colonial master. The white person coming in, yeah, it's a good idea. So yeah, we hailing it. Oh Lord, Father, you see what slavery is in the mind.
British High Commissioner.
Right.
Go ahead, Tommy.
And this actually came from the award actually came from the Queen of England, because
please.
she was made aware of the fact that this young man is doing yeoman service to his community. Anyway, go ahead and read, Anselm. Read on.
But you know, this is Darren Shepherd, right?
Yes.
Right. So, and we had Darren Shepherd here. British High Commissioner Harriet Cross has described the steel pan as not just a musical instrument, but an instrument to inspire hope and change for future generations. Her comments came as she presented managing and musical director of NLCB Funclair, Darren Shepherd, with a Commonwealth Points of Light Award on Tuesday evening in San Fernando. In April, the Queen conferred the award on Shepherd for his outstanding voluntary service, running music programs for over 1,000 young people and seniors through Funclair. Shepherd asked for the presentation ceremony to be held in the Funclair Pioneer. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Hello?
Go ahead. I lost. Go ahead.
Shepherd asked for the presentation ceremony to be held in Funclair Pioneer rather than at the British High Commission, so he could share the recognition with the members of the close-knit community. Crediting the band's founding fathers and members for the recognition, Shepherd said, "Without them, I don't know what I will have been. This is all I have done, all I ever wanted to do. I did not choose Pan, Pan chose me." Before an audience which included Tourism, Culture and Arts Minister Randall Mitchell, Pan Trinbago President Beverly Ramsey Moore, and San Fernando Mayor Junior Regrello, Shepherd said the road to leading the band was not an easy journey. Coming from Cooper Street,
Cooper,
he said,
Cooper,
right? Right. It
Right,
was not
Cooper
an
Street,
easy, he said it was not an easy transition to be allowed entry into the Funrose and Clare Steel Band. He was the last of 11 children of a Baptist mother who had difficulty grasping the concept of being in a pioneer, but he persevered, running away to play with the band. Having been kicked out 5 times, Shepherd never joined another band but started his own pan side across the globe. He recalled the fortuitous, thank you, words of former arranger Rudin Austin. "Don't run that boy. Just know he might be your leader or your arranger. To God be the glory. So said, so done. I stand here as a proud product of the whole," he said, referring to the band's location surrounded by the hills. Cross commended Shepherd on his achievement.
Okay. So we have a Minister of Culture.
Mitchell.
Somebody help me now. Help me now, Ollie. We have a Minister of Culture. All right. So it takes somebody from out yonder to recognize this young man's input and hard work and you see what I'm saying? The Queen says, "Oh, it's good." So yeah, it's good. Let us give him an award And he been doing this forever. You see how slavery is still in the mind, brainwashed, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, crazy, man, crazy.
And let me say this, Tommy. When you send it to me, I'll be honest with you, Tommy. The first thing came to my mind is that, boy, we need people that don't look like us in order to recognize us.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
That's what I thought.
Slavery.
Right away.
Still,
I say, wow.
If slavery is not dead, believe me when I tell you, if you search, you can find slavery residing comfortably in the mind. That's a line from one of my poems.
I am happy for Darren. I'm really happy for him. But it should be the minister, that minister, he shouldn't even be there. If I was he, I was telling him, I don't need the minister here. Right? Because the minister just come for a photo op.
You picked my mouth.
That's all that minister comes for is a photo op.
And the president of Panjubago too.
Yeah, Tommy.
Ramsey.
Right. All of them. Well, you know,
the Queen says so. The Queen says so, so they jump. Oh, let's recognize it. The Queen says so, so they jump. So the Queen gotta say so that Diana's poetry is good, so then for them to jump to her.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You don't know that? You're asking answers.
Yeah, you're correct. Is right. You asking answers. Let the Queen say something about Diana, but you got kind of award in Trinidad and Tobago.
But she ain't gonna like me because I named Diana, so that gonna invoke something and she right there.
You must send she an email for you?
Please. I need no validation from her. My validation comes from Jehovah.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. Once the Queen say you're good to go.
I don't care. She's not gonna like me.
But
she hear my name?
She could talk to the Minister of Education for you.
You ain't hear my name. I named Diana. I gonna invoke something in she.
Yeah, but I Tommy, I say, but what this is outstanding, man.
Please. We still hitch to the colonial masters.
Can I read the headline?
Please.
It's outstanding. It's outstanding. His work is outstanding. His work is commendable. But guess what? Do you think that he would get the commendation from the appropriate source?
His own people.
Locally?
Yes, his own people supposed to be able to do that.
To recognize him.
They are the ones that's supposed to recognize him. Not an outsider coming and saying, oh yeah, let me recognize him for all the work he did. And then the minister show up, the president of Trinbago show up, all of them. So, and Darren was part of Trinbago a long time,
That's right.
He was in the executive.
That's right.
I dealt with Darren, a very, very good fella. The fella real good. And he's about betterment, man. He's always about that. Right?
It's just a backward boy. We had him on the show and he talked all about all the things he wanted to do. Man, we lost Anselm. We are lost people. Lost cause. Lost.
He first came to the US in 1990 after winning the Teen Talent show. And I took him immediately to the Apollo Theater. Guess what? On his first appearance, he won.
You see? But you see now, we are rabble rousers.
Troublemakers. Mischief makers.
Yep. And that's why I save this.
When we ring the bell.
That's why I save this on the screen, The system was never broken. It was built this way.
And it was built this way not to include us.
It was built that way. The system ain't broken. Right?
Nope.
They're not broken.
And if it ain't broken, you're not going to fix it, right?
Okay. That's right. It works for who it works for who needs it to work in a certain way.
All you have all the information with except to the scrap iron. Let me see what the government going to do now.
Hey, just not to appease you, they may find something about videos with Guyana had issues also, but whatever they do, you have to pull up. I would assume Guyana would have a lot of scrap iron because do they still mine bauxite and thing down there?
I don't know. But
gold and all that.
But listen to this. Let me listen to this one. 60 years of resilience.
31st, 1962, Dr. Eric Eustace Williams became the first Prime Minister of the independent nation of Trinidad and Tobago. Over the past 60 years, the Twin Island nation has had over a handful of leaders and has survived two major threats to its democracy. But there are a couple of issues that need urgent attention. Karen Cozier-Phillip has more in this report.
This feature is powered by the National Gas Company of Trinidad and Tobago, at the forefront of energy.
On February 26, 1970, the relative...
Hey. Always see that little subtle thing they put in there? Eh? Tommy?
What are you talking about?
I get one over my head.
All right, let me go back again. Let me go. Only look carefully. Just look carefully. You have to look carefully. Look at watch.
On August 31st, 1962, Dr. Eric Eustace Williams became the first Prime Minister of the independent nation of Trinidad and Tobago. Over the past 60 years, the Twin Island nation has had over a handful of leaders and has survived two major threats to its democracy. But there are a couple of issues that need urgent attention. Karen Cozier-Phillip has more in this report.
This feature is powered by the National Gas Company of Trinidad and Tobago, at the forefront of energy.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You talking about the UNC flag?
No. Listen.
No,
This is 60 years of resilience.
Oh yeah, in the corner.
The campaigning.
Tommy, okay, all right, watch it, all you.
On February 26, 1970, the relatively new People's National Movement government faced its first challenge to the democratic process.
The 1970 Black Power uprising, which I think was the first major post-independence social upheaval.
20 years later, on July 27, 1990, Prime Minister, the late Arthur Napoleon Raymond Robinson, would also face a threat to the country's stability by the Jamaat al-Muslimin.
The country survived, going through a very, very difficult period and never having encountered that kind of attack on the state, and surviving over that course of events.
Mr. Robinson also served as president of the Twin Island Nation from March 1997 to March 2003. He was called upon to settle the 1818 tie between the United National Congress and the People's National Movement in the elections of December 10, 2001.
But that period from December 24, 2001, when Mr. Manning was announced as Prime Minister, following the election of the 10th of December, up to the period of the dissolution around the 28th of August 2002. That was a very difficult period.
Despite facing these challenges, Professor Ghani believes Trinidad and Tobago's democratic foundation is one that is quite solid, as there have been 6 changes of power in 6 decades. But there's one fundamental issue regarding Tobago which needs to be settled.
Tobago is not seeking secession, it's seeking self-government, and I think that that's where the difference lies. And in granting self-government, I think it's something that requires a certain amount of appreciation of the fact that Tobago does have a separate political history and political dynamic from Trinidad.
Professor Ghani believes as Trinidad and Tobago goes forward for the next 60 years, the electoral process is one where people can have confidence. But the judicial process is an area that needs a tremendous amount of attention and concern at this time. I'm Karen Cozier-Phillip for TTT News, and this has been 60 Years of Resilience.
This feature was powered by the...
No.
60 years of resilience.
You see these subtle things that us do? You see these subtle things we do? Right? You know, when I saw it, I said, wow, look at that. Eh? It was more dedicated towards like the coup, right? Right? But the subtle thing at the beginning, they just throw in there. You understand? Yeah. Hey.
They were getting ready. They're like, you be like, well, only the PNM has a plan. They love you so.
Yeah.
They're
Hey,
gonna
Ulrich,
take care of you.
Ulrich, good night. Ulrich just joined us earlier.
Only the PNM
Hey, Ulrich.
understand.
Welcome, Ulrich.
Yeah, Ulrich.
They love you so
Judy
they'll
say,
take good care of you.
Wall Street, that's another death trap. What is that, boy?
Maybe that road she was talking about.
Okay. The road?
Well, that's all I can think.
Yeah.
They love you so they take good
No, but this
care
is
of
Trini.
you.
Judy says
Oh.
Trini will always find way out when there's no way. You can't stop poor underprivileged people from surviving.
Nobody like my singing. We love you so they'll take good care of you. Only the PNM, they have a plan.
Only the PNM
Stick to poetry. Stick to poetry, Diana.
Poetry.
We love you so.
Don't even try to tempo.
Only the PNM understand.
Much more X.
Yeah, much more X.
Only the PNM understand.
Ali says, Rennie the boy, boil the flaxseed and mix with cantaloupe, baji, papaya, green sikia, walnut, and dandelion. Blend all together and drink 2 days straight. No, don't eat any meat, rice, or flour for 2 days. Highly, that's a real good mix there. That is serious business they're talking.
I stopped eating meat and flour for 3 months now. Rennie, you want to take care of me? Yeah, send me a bank account number. Let me see how much money I have in it, and we'll have to talk offline.
Yeah. Albert Montano says, there he goes again. I think he's talking about you, Tommy. Albert Montano says, there he goes again. You're making trouble. They don't want anyone to interfere with their problems. I think
that's right.
Talking about you. Hey, so you know, all you have promised all of this, eh? Somebody sent me this video, and I didn't want to. I just saw it. Let me see where it is here. And I say, but wait now, boy.
Rennie want to take care of me, to beat me with that whip and that leather suit. That's what he wants.
So I don't know. I don't want Ole to accuse me of anything. Eh? The person tell me that this is the person from is Mr. Saga.
Oh, there you go again. You're making trouble.
So Ole watch it. I was told. So I didn't know about that moves, eh? Somebody sent me that video and they say, I don't know, eh? I don't know if it's true, but I was told that was Albert. I don't know. They say there was some caravan or something up in Toronto, somewhere up there, and they had some little thing that was going on, and somebody videotaped the thing, and they say that was Albert. I don't know if that is Albert or not, but that's what I was told.
But I hear getting enough trouble dancing, the painkiller wear off strong, faster than he thought. So
I don't know. I don't know.
he
I don't know.
encountered difficulties.
I don't know. I mean, and Albert, it wasn't Diana that sent it to me. Let me clarify that right away. It was not Diana.
Looks like a Haitian party, boy.
Yeah, but the party sound good, boy. And you know, you so Albert did that split day, you know, you going down, you know. Albert splitting in a young age, boy. Albert, when I grow up, I want to be just like you. Yes. Whoa. Albert have real moves, boy. Moves galore, boy. Also, let's be careful, because we have people sending me videos. we have people sending me videos.
Yeah, I wonder how much money Ulrich make out of these services he providing.
Yeah, Ulrich too busy. Ulrich too busy these days. Yeah, you see, Ulrich just come in the village though 9:45.
Yeah, he must.
He busy.
He was offering some horning services.
He's put flaxseed in smoothie. It's a good thing.
Yeah, that's what I do.
I used to put in mine, but I haven't put any lately.
With the one I had today, I had flaxseed, oats, ginger, 5-finger. Yep.
I've been adding little pieces of aloe in my smoothie lately.
It tastes really good. Careful, aloe offsets the what you call it? The balance in your tract, pH balance. Yeah, offsets it. Very careful how much you consume. So answer one of the videos we got. What a bacchanal they have on people.
Flaxseed in smoothie, that's a real good thing. I just have a smoothie every morning, and I just put flaxseed in my smoothie too. But I have an app. You guys need to get this app. It's called Yuka, YUKA, and that app you can scan stuff. Like I just bought some chia seeds, right? And there's everything out of 100. The chia seeds that I bought was organic chia seed, was 100 out of 100. So I went running today, right? And with the team, and they had Gatorade. And I scanned some Gatorade and it was 0 out of 100.
So
wow.
Explain to me.
So that means it has no
nutritional value. None.
What?
Zero. None. 0. Yeah. None. It was 0 out of 100. I put it back in the cooler.
But isn't it believed that Gatorade is good for hydrating you?
Yeah.
No, that is a misnomer.
That's a misnomer?
Yeah.
But that's all I drink.
No. Gatorade.
It has no nutritional value.
None. Get the Yuka app, YUKA, and scan Gatorade. You will see.
So what am I getting from the Gatorade then? Hydration, at least.
You ain't getting no hydration. What the app also tells you is that what is the alternative? Like for example, right? I use Carmex, right? Carmex is the one in yellow, and everybody was saying how good Carmex is. And Carmex scan like about like 29 out of 100. But then there was another one which is 100 out of 100. I forget the name of it because I just ordered it, right? And it tells you the nutritional value of all of them, and that's what it is. I have some products here. I have a plant protein here, Garden of Life organic plant protein, right? And then I have another a green superfoods. When I scanned it, it was like 49 out of 100. And there are others that are like 80 something out of 100. So I'm just gonna switch. That is it.
So what matrix they're using to come up with that percentage number?
Well, they're using what different ingredients it have in the whatever it is, and it tells you all the different ingredients, and it tells you what is the bad ingredients that have in it.
Wow.
If you study these people, Lord, you'll stop eating and drinking everything, yeah?
Diana,
YUKA,
Yeah, YUKA. Yeah, YUKA. But Diana, listen there. It's a good app. Just that you will get things, but you can just decide to use alternatives. And it gives you alternatives as well.
I go in by JJ Smith and her smoothies, they work for me.
No, you can go by it, but it depends on the ingredients going into it.
Well, I follow her. I put the protein powder, 3 vegetables, 4 fruits. You know, I rotate.
She don't tell you whether the protein you're putting in there is it's one of the better protein, not the best protein, but one of the better protein. I use a plant protein too. I use Garden of Life plant protein.
Look, they're not gonna confuse me no more. Eh?
No, it's not confusing, man. It's easy.
Now food is orgasmic, and you gotta be careful what you eat and all kind. No, I good.
Orgasmic or organic? Which one?
Organic. Yeah.
I hear nothing. I hear Diana, you went silent. What's going on? Your mic working?
Yeah, my mic working loud and clear, but you don't want me to follow up with that answer.
Lara say, and some scan water with you, Kana. Very moment say, scan with money with you, Kana.
Oh Lord.
You see what you that you see
like another value lately.
So what it scans? QR codes and
it's
barcodes?
It's scanned the barcodes.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like once you download it, right? You go see a scan code in the middle of the app at the bottom. And you just put it over the product, right? And it comes right up. And if the product is not ranked there, it will tell you, put the information in. You know, and it's
the Bible predicted all that. I ain't able with that.
So you can actually key in the information, product name and so on.
Yeah, if you want to. You understand? Like if you scan something, right? No, but I gotta admit though, it's very good. And the good thing about it is that it don't just give you the ranking for that product, but it gives you alternatives with the rankings and what's in the product that's good or bad.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I scanned some things when it was 100 out of 100. I said, "Whoa, that ain't bad. I'm pretty bad. That's pretty good." But I scanned some things that was like the Gatorade I scanned today was 0 out of 100. No nutritional value, 0, none.
You better be careful. Gatorade don't come after your tail.
Oh yeah. You know that's true.
Play the disclaimer.
It's the scan. Gatorade need to go after Yuka, not me. You guys do one. But you know, I wouldn't be surprised if at some point in time Gatorade decide to pay Yuka, right, for them not to scan Gatorade products.
Mm-hmm. Or to retract their statement.
Yep. That's serious. Let me see quickly if I have any other videos here. I have
Did you see Mr. Juke in the background? He didn't show up. Hold on, I guess that's a no.
I want you guys to quickly listen to this message here. This is a message to
Dr. Rowley. Arnold Roberts and Keith Rowley is 2 of the richest men in Trinidad. As a matter of fact, they might be 2 of the richest men in the Caribbean. Right? Them men is the men who in charge are leading me and leading you. Right? Them in charge. When you think about great leader, who you think about? Nelson Mandela, you know, you might think about Martin Luther King and thing, and you know what I mean, prominent people who good in leadership. Right? I never one day hear nobody talk about who Mandela wife bullying boy, or who it is horning who with the thing that these men pushing here on public forum, boy, Dan, boy. We're going on with poor people, boy. We're going on with people who have to buy school books and thing, but we're going on with man who lost the work, who still trying to make it out here, boy. All them scrap and man who laughing at and thing, Jay. Some of them is real men who have no means of making money now. You was a big cartoon because the John public like it, so you know what I mean? You know who is a great leader that people just look up to? The Prime Minister of Barbados. Hey. You know why people just look up to that woman? Because she don't go on forum and talk about who bullying who in charge of bullying who and that. She does deal with the people business. She does speak of prominence for the people. You just hear the voice of the people, you just hear the cries of the people when that woman talk. Rowley and them detached. But then you see, John public like it so, we like it so. Them done walk my grandmother and my mother and them to vote PLM right down to the end. So, and you see that Rowley and them doing that kind of pick on about my right and bullying, you want thing and all them kind of cartoon thing. That part of the politics that them build now, boy. And that white will always have place for that. And that will always strive. Because we just accept that too now, boy. You know what I mean? But not wrong here, you know. I see all them things for what it is, boy. If all they want to be ducky jet and make them things slide as leaders, boy, and watch all their brother man suffer and get killed out here, jet, boy, that is up to all them, boy, boy. But Rowley and land them with them kind of cartoon thing, them can't lead me, boy. Them is not my leaders.
Hey.
You know? Speak drums, they tell the story.
I listen to that. Let me take this here, Olio.
So Tommy, what's up?
Oh, not much. Another day in paradise.
Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah. Somebody sent me that. I also cut out the part where you cuss, eh?
Edit, you had to edit.
You had to edit it. But it makes sense.
Yep.
And we talked about this the last time program. We running around in China talking about who bullying who honing who, you know, who make a mistake and who I put no
last program we dealt with that.
Yeah, we dealt with that. Oh God, that at the time I gone off, boy. They say I went off, boy.
Is it you went off?
Yeah, and I ranted for 12 minutes and my mic on mute, yes.
Oh shoot. You really went soft and true.
I ranting and raving and the mic on mute. You know? So folks, Kapiza, welcome. Kapiza, Lana, Rennie, Nadia, Carice, Rennie. I didn't see Ellis tonight, boy. Hailey. Ellis like
you see Albert?
Your wife take away laptop.
Yeah, no, he take away phone. Sometimes she don't game it back at all. Albert. She don't game it back at all, you know. I sweet sorry for him. Yeah, God, all them fellas, you know, God, look Albert, boy. They say Albert are real steps, boy. Ken John. Put closing comments in each other. Only, you know, Albert, all don't play with Albert, you know. And Albert do that when he dive in between. Oh God, Albert, boy. Albert is our boss. Albert is our boss, boy. Dana, you want nothing with Albert, you know?
I know, so I see.
You want nothing with him.
And that is Mrs. Albert, man. She good too.
I listen, I don't know about you, whoever the person is. Just tell me if that person was Albert. I don't know if that's Mrs. Albert or what. I don't know.
Oh, he dancing with the Horner woman? Okay.
I don't know. I don't know who they say, listen, they say, boss, we have a surprise for you. Look the video. You know, if you want to play it on the program, you can play it. If you don't want to play it, that's like how we play Ulrich and all the businesses. That was it. So, folks, we're going to go for a quick station identification. It's in the village of the DAT Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. We'll be right back after this short message.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio, WZYE 95.9 FM.
We are back with you. It's In the Village with the DAT Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. We come to every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 7 to 10 p.m. That's Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 7 to 10 p.m. Albert say I always cause trouble. Me causing no trouble, you know. Because Ulrich, when they say anything about Ulrich, and Ulrich talk about all the different businesses he have, you know, and I wouldn't be surprised next week if Ulrich gain a new business. I wouldn't be surprised if next week there's a new business venture because Ulrich is an entrepreneur from Chumaka, Claventil.
Yep.
You understand? And we have
An
many
entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Entrepreneur.
He's an entrepreneur.
Rennie, the doctor could order what do you call it? Whatever injection is that is execute prisoners too, you know.
Lethal.
Oh God, Dana boy. Dana, you going? Oh God, Dana ain't easy. Yeah, ain't easy. Dana not easy.
I'll make my closing comment, people. The oppressor is only as strong as they are because they have accomplices amongst the oppressed, those on those various stations that are pushing a certain narrative to keep you there because they want you so. Good night, beloved people. Your poet and global ambassador. I'm bidding you auf Wiedersehen until we speak to each other again.
Later, Diana. And of course, I always say, and I'm just going to continue saying, power concedes nothing without a demand. It never did and it never will. Find out just what any people will quietly submit to, and you have found out the exact measure of injustice and wrong which will be imposed upon them, and they will continue till they are resisted with either words or blows or with both. And remember, it's easier to build strong children than to repair broken men. From where I said this is it, the clock on the wall said that's all I like to say, but I've got to go. Remember, hard work beats talent when talent does not work hard. And for every 60 seconds of anger, you lose 1 minute of happiness. Go ahead, Tommy.
I always say that where there's life, there's hope. But Barack Obama says, hope is that thing inside us that insists, despite all the evidence to the contrary, that something better awaits us if we have the courage to reach for it and to work for it and to fight for it. Pleasant good night to each and every one. It's been a pleasure being here in the village. Looking forward to our next session. By the way, our next session is going to be on Tuesday, and on Tuesday we raise the flag, so I'm not sure if I'll be here, but I'll be here in spirit, even if I'm not here in person. Have a good weekend, a safe weekend, whatever's left. Love you all. What do you say now, Sam?
Thank you, Tommy.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Levi jeans, eh?
I see Levi jeans. Ulrich see he has some latrines on sale.
Oh, Lord.
Ulrich.
Oh, Lord.
And maybe we may be able to market them in Mississippi.
Yeah, on a scale of 1 to 10, tonight show is 7.5.
Thank you, Eugene Julian.
Yeah. Night peeps, sweet dreams, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Daryl Superstar. Albert Montano says, the saying a prophet is not honored in his own country, and the pillar the builder rejected is true in our country. We keep forces and reject negative talk. Thank you, Albert. Nadia says, bless good night, everyone. Stay safe. Stay safe until one love in the village, guys. Lana says, we keep you there because we want you so. That's why it's called us the PNM. Lana says, I really enjoyed tonight's show. Thank you all. Oleg says he has some latrines for sale.
Oh, Lord.
Ronnie says we all want people under the same sun. Peace and love to everyone.
Highly.
Oh God.
Highly says, no matter the obstacle you face, never worry because you are built from greatness. The challenge is not the challenge. Know thyself. You are greater than you think. You are love to all.
Lana says, closing comments, be the woman who fixes another woman crown without telling the world it was crooked. Thank you,
Yeah.
Nice.
Judy Descent says, Dana Benskin preach, sister. When the white man said jump, all others follows. Commander, mental slavery.
Good night, Albert.
Why don't we go with a Dave Elcock?
I was going to go to Sparrow Mistakes.
Get Dave Elcock. Do Dave Elcock.
We didn't even say condolences,
condolences.
to his family.
No, we did. We did say that last time.
No, not.
But we ain't pump music though.
So you wanna get one? Let me see.
Yeah, Dave Elcock. Just pull it in. It'll come up. Most of his songs are not copyrighted.
Didn't somebody else pass away?
You are what love is. That's what the famous one. You are what love is. Okay.
Somebody else.
You are
somebody
what?
else.
I hear it.
Somebody else passed other than Dave.
Mavis John and Dave Elcock. All right, let's go to that
Mm-hmm.
one. So, folks, have an enjoyable weekend, and we see you guys again in the village with the DAT Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. We're gonna go out with Dave Elcock and Mavis John. You are what love is. Here we go.
Good night, Nadia. Good night, Lana.
Dana, when you say you go serenade you with that song.
Knowing you stand by me.
If you could find me.
Through thick and thin.
You are the only one. I can tell just anything.
You always lend a hand. You make me understand. And darling, I know why. My darling, I know why.
You are what love is.
You're the air that I breathe. You're the sun in my sky. You're what love is.
You're the song that I sing, and I do anything, baby, just for you.
You're the air that I breathe. You're the sun in my sky. You're what love is.
You're the song that I sing, and I do anything, baby, just for you.
'Cause you are what love is.
Knowing there's always you, no matter when.
You always find the clue to make me feel brand new. You You give life to my soul. Don't need no pot of gold. And darling, I know why.
Tell me about it.
My darling, I know why.
You are what love is.
You're the air that I breathe. You're the sun in my sky. You're what love is.
You're the song that I sing, and I'd do anything, baby, just for you.
You're the air that I breathe. You're the sun in my sky. You're what love is.
You're the song that I sing, and I'll do anything, baby, just for you.
'Cause you are what love is. You're the air that I breathe. Boy, you're the sun in my sky. You're what love
And you're the song that I sing, and I'll do anything,